shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Oh, inside. I hope we are good. Happy Monday. Inside. Bringing hope and make you feel alright. Happy Monday to you. Thank you for joining. I can see you. I'm trying to send to everyone coming up on my screen. Let's send to all our friends to be part of our talk today. Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Oh, inside. Happy Monday wherever you're joining from. I hope you had a lovely, lovely weekend. Jenny Gold, I see you. You are welcome. Adetunji Abimbo, that's what I've seen on my screen. I hope you're good. Welcome. Thank you so much, Jenny Gold. The promise, the future, and life. Yeah. Let this light that's within me shine to the whole world. I hope we are good. Let the dawn of a new day. I see you, Margaret, Regina. Thank you for joining. I hope you're good. Please help share this live. Thank you so much for the likes already. Happy Monday. Yes, it's Insight with FunmiRoyal today. Monday, the last day in the month of March. Family of God, I see you. Welcome. Please help share this live. The promise, the future, and life. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Lisa, I see you. Betty, I see you. Thanks for joining. I hope you are good. Mamekua, I see you. Happy Monday. Yay. This is the day the Lord has made. I'm gonna rejoice and be glad in it. I'm just gonna wait a couple of more minutes for more people to join us, or for us to send to all our friends to be part of our talk today. Gentle boy, I see you. I hope you're a gentle boy indeed. Well, fingers crossed. How's your day? How's your day been? So far so good, I hope. Comfort Olawale, thanks for joining. You are welcome. Ola Iya, I see you. Is your name Ola Iya or just one? Because it seems like it's split. But all the same, you're welcome. I hope you're good. I hope your Monday has been good so far. Welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal today. Omoni Debbie, I see you. Funlaw 100, I see you. Thanks for joining. Yes, it's another day, the day the Lord has made, and indeed we are going to rejoice and be glad in it. Well, it's a Monday. I wouldn't want to take much of our time today, so I'm going to be diving in shortly, but don't worry. I'll make it as quick as I can so that you lot can come into the box and let us talk some more about this topic. It has to do with us as an individual following the crowd. following the crowd? Are you one for always following the crowd, whether they're right or wrong, whether they're negative or positive? Do you follow the crowd? You know, it's something really to think about, because I know of so many people, they've gone with the majority and it kind of backlashed on them and they had to face consequences, you know, of their decision. So are you the type that follows the crowd, whether they are right or wrong? Or do you just say, you know what, this crowd, everybody seems to be facing one way, but I'm not too sure about that. I'm going to face this way that I'm sure about. Are you confident enough to do this? Honey babe, I see you. Thanks for joining. I hope you are good. Please help share this live to your friends. And guys, as you're coming in, just keep helping me. Help me, help me. I beg, this one I'm asking for. Just keep tapping. Even if it's just a full heart bar, I will be fine with that, so that other people can notice something is happening here. You know, the other day I was joking with a friend that if I were to come on TikTok and be twerking, I bet this place would be full by now. But we're talking about real life talks that people shy away from, that is affecting people as individuals, you know, as a family, in the society. But you rarely see people, you know, stop by and want to talk about these issues of life. But it's all good, all well and good. Even if it's just one person listening to me right now, guess what? I am good. Shadrach, I see you. Thanks for joining. Vitalis, I see you. Queen, I see you. Thanks for joining. Please help share this live to your friends. Tell them Funmi is not twerking, but she's talking some serious deep talk that can benefit our lives as individuals. Daniel, I see you. Thanks for joining. So I'm going to be going into my talk. And don't forget, I have my puzzle for today in case it gets heated up, or hopefully, well, not too heated up, but I have a tongue twister today because I want us to laugh. And guys, I feel really blessed and honored. Just so you're if you're here listening now on Thursday when I come on Insight, I'm going to be celebrating 1 year anniversary here on Insight. I can't believe a whole year is gone. Mel, I see you. Thank you for coming back, gentle boy. I see you there. A whole year of Insight is gone and we're still standing strong by the grace of God. So on Thursday, we're going to be celebrating 1 year anniversary here on Insight. Once again, I want to say thank you for joining. Much love from myself. So I'm just going to go into the talk today and let's see how far we go. And hopefully we'll have a better understanding. And if you're just about making that decision about following the crowd, I will just, you know, listen to this talk. And yeah, shalom to you. Dorothy, I see you. Thanks for joining. Brooke, I see you. Thanks for joining in on Insight. So let's see, maybe it might help you when you're making decisions not to really follow the crowd, except you're ultimately and absolutely sure that the crowd will not mislead you. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to find you, Dorothy, and I'm going to follow you right back. TW, I see you. I hope you stay for this talk today and, you know, share 1 or 2 life experiences with us, you know, because these things really, it goes way deep when we come together and share our real life experiences about whatever topic we're discussing here on Insight. Thank you for liking the live. TW, please click down on your screen. Some names will pop up. Help send to all of your friends. Let them be part of this crucial talk today. Once again, the topic is following the crowd. Are you in a habit of doing this? Or you just say, you know what, I've got a mind of my own. I'm going to do what I feel, regardless, majority going that way. No, I'm not too sure about that. But let's see how far we go. And if you're the one struggling, you know, making up your mind about certain things, listen, there are ways, you know, you can do these things so that you don't get in trouble as an individual, because sometimes the crowd will get you in trouble and they will not get you out of it. So you need to know about that. Titi, I see you. Thanks for joining. So once again, welcome. Thanks for joining in. It's not too long today, but hopefully we will still have that deep understanding, and we'll be able to think and reflect about this topic. How is it affecting us as individuals? How we can make amends? How we can, change our mind if we have to, so we don't get in trouble. So, everyone is doing it, quote and unquote. Everyone is doing it is a phrase we often hear in different areas of life, whether in fashion, career choices, social behavior, or even moral decisions. So the pressure to conform to group norms and follow the crowd is a powerful force in our society. I must say, some people, once they go on social media, you just see them do whatever is being done, regardless of the consequences. And then these people you're copying, they know how to get out of these troubles. And you're just a novice putting yourself out there, and then you get in trouble, and there's no one to bail you out. I'll be careful what I allow the crowd in that society, to influence me regarding, so to say. So while it can provide a sense of belonging, no doubt. I mean, when you follow the crowd, you belong to that crowd or group of people and all of that. But are there consequences? Are you aware of it? So, like I said, while it can provide a sense of belonging, security, and guidance, blindly following the majority can lead to serious, and deep consequences. Your boy, I see you. So this talk is going to explore the dangers and benefits of following the crowd, why people do it, and how to develop independent thinking, because otherwise, you may just not stop getting into trouble. But I hope that we're going to reflect on this topic today and make the right decisions. I see you. Thank you so much, Holu Femia, I think. Thank you for sharing the live. So let's think about it for a minute. Why do people follow the crowd? I mean, there has to be a reason. Is it like the crowd is more attractive? Or yeah, if there's trouble, you can easily get lost in the crowd. So, I mean, nobody knows who's done what. What are the reasons? If you know any reasons why people follow the crowd, please help me type on the chat there. Let's see. Let's start engaging. Christiana, I see you. Afriye, I think. I see you. Thanks for joining. So let's look at why people follow the crowd. Sometimes it could be the desire for acceptance. So people naturally want to fit in. They want to be part of a group. They want to be part of whether social elite group or people of the same interest. It could be for so many reasons. Sometimes people can follow the crowd because of fear of rejection, and this often drives individuals to adopt popular behaviors or popular opinions. Whether it's the good one or the bad one, they don't think about it. At least everybody's doing it. I may as well do it. So we need to be careful. Desire for acceptance can actually push people into following the crowd. Again, fear of standing out. Many individuals fear being criticized or judged if they think or act differently. So they don't want people to single them out, so they'll rather follow the crowd. And it feels safer to blend in anyways, rather than challenge the norm. It's always been done this way. They say, Fumi, your own is always different. You just want to challenge the norm. Just go with the flow, go with the crowd, So sometimes people fear, standing out, and they just follow the crowd. Skullbag, I see you. MS Jane, I see you. Thanks for joining. So it feels safer to blend with the crowd, rather than be challenging the norm, challenging the crowd. Do you think your voice can ever win if you challenge such? But then I'll rather, there's a saying, I think I used that last week here. There's a saying that if you can't beat them, you join them. But over the years, life has taught me that, hey, if you can't beat them, leave them. If you can't beat them to it, leave them to it, because I don't want to get in trouble. Andrea, I see you. Thanks for joining. So another reason why people may follow the crowd is because of influence of social proof. So when people see a large group behaving in a certain way, they assume it must be the correct thing. It must be the correct way. It must be the best way. So I best follow the crowd. But Are you being influenced positively or negatively? Because for every action, for every decision, there are consequences or there are rewards. So have you really thought deep about this? Do you just want to go with that large crowd because everybody is doing it, so you just assume it's the best way you to just do it? And again, this is why trends, on social media, especially viral content and peers influence are so powerful. Because imagine there's 100 people and just 5 of you are thinking, this is the right way, and 95 they just gone that way. You will almost feel like, are you not on the wrong? Or maybe you 5 are just on the wrong. Let's just follow the 95 so we don't get in trouble. Not knowing that you 5 are the sensible ones. But you find out that in today's life, in today's century, so to say, this century we're in, anything good is bad, anything bad is good. In fact, I remember some years back, I can't remember what happened really, but my boys use the phrase, "That's bad." I'm like, hey, who did what is bad? They say, no, mom. Oh, try to go with the flow. It's like, it's bad, meaning it's good, bad. It took me a while to understand, because in my English, bad is something not good. Good is something good. So if you're now telling me something good is bad, you have lost me. So I had to come to terms with understanding the language of today. Otherwise, I'll be lost in my 19th century, so to say. Ajayi-Daniels, I see you. Thanks for joining. Please help share this live. Thank you so much. So, the trends, the viral content out there, peer influence, they're so powerful. I get it. But you need to have a mind of your own. Thank you so much for the heart to me. Have a mind of your own, because when this crowd gets you into trouble, where would you run to, really? And again, people can follow the crowd because of lack of confidence in their personal judgment. Maybe you have someone who's always gaslighting you and all of that. You're second guessing yourself and all of that. Just go with the crowd. After, the crowd cannot be wrong. You think so? You guys remember Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? When they have the contestants, they have 3 lifeline, phone a friend, ask the audience, and which one is the last one again? Phone a 50-50. And then when the contestant have finished using their lifeline and is only asked the audience that is left, my heart beats for them, because I'm like, what if the audience is wrong? And then let's say the audience are 100 people, and then the host will ask the question, so audience, what do you think is the right thing? Because the contestant has to follow the crowd. He has to follow the majority. Whatever the majority of the audience say is what the contestant usually would go for. But God help you if if the audience are wrong, especially if you're not even too sure about the answer, and be like, let me just ask the audience. And they say, okay, audience, you may cast your vote. And then the audience will vote. Imagine it's 49-51. Oh my goodness. That contestants will sweat some more. Anyway, that's just for laughs. So lack of confidence in personal judgment can actually make people follow the crowd. Some individuals doubt their own decision-making abilities because they're never contented with their decision. They're like, they've made that decision, and there's a reason why they made that decision, but then they're looking around, everybody's making a different decision. Am I right? And then before you know, they might change their mind. So they look to others for guidance, assuming that the majority definitely must be right. Who says? It's very dangerous sometimes, these things. Depending on the scenario or the situation. Some people have gone to prison because of following the crowd. Some people have gotten into so much deep trouble. Some family members have disowned theirs because of this following the crowd. You follow a set of people and your family is warning you, hey, these people are dangerous. These people don't love you like we do, but you're just so hell-bent. These people have been the one there for me when the times are rough and all of that. And you just go, and then you see that splits you and your family up. So don't just look at it as, oh, this is just a casual topic, but really it affects life negatively, and that's why we're here to talk about it. Are you the type that you look for guidance from other people before you make up your mind? If the majority do not say this, you don't feel the need to say that. Are you that kind of a person? Jane, I see you. Thanks for joining. And again, other bits that can affect people, that can make them follow the crowd, is cultural and societal expectations. Societies often have norms that dictate what is acceptable and what is not. And you and I know that most times those dictations are always misleading, confusing, and could be deadly sometimes. People conform to these expectations just to avoid social consequences. If I don't go with this crowd, I'll be lonely. If I don't go with this crowd, they'll think something is wrong with me. If I don't go with this crowd, they will think, think, and all of that. Have a mind of your own. Stand firm by your decision. I know some cultures, it seems like an impossible task fighting your culture. This culture has been there before your grandfathers were born, before your fathers were born. Now you're born, you want to come and change this cultural norm. You think there's something wrong with it, and your father, your great-grandfather grew up in this society, in this culture. How dare you? And then you just feel, culture, a whole community against you. Let's just go with the crowd. Let's just go with the culture. After all, that's what has been. Who says? You can always be the one to pioneer that change. But it might take a lot from you. Are you ready? Do you have what it takes? Really? I mean, I'm talking about the extreme cases. And you and I know that if you look deeply into where you're from, you'll find a handful of things that you feel, no, this is not right. But nobody's talking about it, or they're talking about it silently, and nobody wants to get in trouble. It's always been like that. Let it be. If it's not broken, don't mend it, or whatever they say, and all of those jargons, but it's all good. So those are few reasons why people follow the crowd. I know there's 1,000,001, but for time, I have to just keep it short. So let's look at the dangers of blindly following the crowd. Dangers. Like I said, it may sound subtle, a topic, but there are dangers in it. People have followed the crowd, like I said, and they've gone to prison just because they could not say no, just because they could not stand their own grounds. So a lot of things do happen. Kiki Special, I see you. Thanks for joining. Please help share this live to your friends. And again, one of the main dangers, there's so many, but like I said, I'll mention a few bits. Loss of individuality. So constantly conforming can suppress personal identity. It can suppress personal creativity and your critical thinking as well, because you don't realize this. You find out that you've just suppressed the way you think, your principles in life, your value as a person, and just conforming to the crowd because you don't want to lose that your individuality, or you've lost it already and you just go with the crowd. At least you belong somewhere. Whether that somewhere is safe and good for you, it's another thing altogether. So people may struggle to discover their true passion and beliefs. That is the danger of following the crowd. You're in there everywhere. You don't even know yourself. Mama Love, I see you. So again, making poor decisions can be a danger, when you blindly follow the crowd. The majority is not always right. Again, I say, the majority is not always right. History shows that mass movement can be misleading, e.g. mob mentality, harmful trends. It can really be misleading, and then being misled will get you into trouble. So these are dangers. I don't want to go to the extreme, but the one that came to mind, because I'm mindful, I'm on TikTok, some people recruiting people to join their group and all, and they're creating havoc in the society and committing all sort of atrocities in the society. You can imagine these people get in trouble. Some even die in the process just because of that poor decision making. It just makes them follow the crowd. And just because something is popular, again, does not mean it is good or it is beneficial. Yeah, everybody's doing it. Okay, have you sat down to think about it? What have they benefited from it? Is it positive or is it negative? These are things you need to ask yourself. Is it beneficial, despite the fact that everybody is doing it or everybody is going that way? Has it been beneficial? These are things you need to find out before you follow the crowd. Because otherwise, when the consequences are down, you get to be part of that. And then, God helping you, you have other people backing you or being there that you can run to. Another danger is moral and ethical compromise. Oh my goodness. Some have lost their values, their principles, just because they feel they need to follow that crowd. So peer pressure can lead to individuals to compromise their values just to fit in. They would compromise. It's not paying as such. Look at all the benefits I'm seeing there. And then you compromise, you join the crowd. By the time you now get into that crowd, you find out, oh my God, it's a different ball game altogether. God helping it is not too late to reverse, so to say. So many people engage in harmful behaviors like being dishonest, bullying, addiction, and so many because they see other people doing it. The fact that you're being bullied does not give you the authority or the right to bully somebody else. It's not always, it's like doing eye for an eye. Two negatives will not produce a positive, and as far as I'm concerned. So we need to be mindful because there are dangers, and these are harmful dangers that it can affect you, affect your family, and the society at large. Again, another danger is missed opportunities for growth. So independent thinkers often achieve more because they take risks. They challenge the norms and they are very innovative. But you find out that when you follow the crowd, the danger is you're no more innovative. You don't take risks anymore because you're just doing what everybody is doing. You dare to stand out. You're not daring to stand out anymore and things like that. So following the crowd may prevent people from exploring new ideas, new careers, or personal growth opportunities. Because you'd be like, oh, let's just do it this way. What's the point of trying something new? Everybody is doing it this way and it's been working. Let's just do it that way. You lose your sense of exploration. You lose your sense of being creative, bringing new ideas, pursuing that new career just because everybody is doing it. Or it could be in your family. Everybody is a doctor in my family. Therefore, I have to be a doctor. Because if I say I want to be a lawyer, they will look at me funny. They might disown me. They might not support me and all of that. You just say, let me go and do medicine so that at least I'll get support. And you're in it. You're moaning and groaning. You're not happy. You're just, for how long do you want to keep at that? And we're talking about your life career. So it's not something you just dabble into just because you want to please all the lineage of men or women in your family by becoming a doctor. And you're so passionate, you want to be a lawyer. But because you look, hey, auntie is a doctor. Mom is a doctor. Dad is a sort of doctor. My uncle too is a doctor. My grandpa, doctor. Well, I really love law. Let me just follow the crowd. And then you're not fulfilled as a person. So be mindful that you don't follow the crowd because you will miss opportunities to grow. And there is danger in that as well. And again, another danger is manipulation and control. People who follow without questioning can be easily manipulated by their leaders, by social media, or influencers. There's always something trending on social media. I don't know what is trending at the moment, but if you look, you'll find something always trending. And I'm like, hey, everybody's doing sometimes for laughs. I don't mind the one for laughs, it's good. But when it gets too much at the detriment of somebody's happiness, because I've seen one or two video clips, they say it's a prank or whatever. Some people will even faint in the process. I'm like, seriously? This is affecting people's health. But you find out that somebody will say, this person just fainted. They woke up. Let me do something that will make people... No. Why? Why must you do something that will make people faint? Why must you do something that will make people... You bring out a monster in them because you so pranked them that reflex is getting something and hitting somebody before you know you have to rush somebody to the hospital. And you're doing that for laughs? At what costs, really? So we need to be careful. Who are the people influencing your social media? Are they manipulating you even? because we need to be mindful and be careful. Thank you. Oh, big one. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. Kenny, I hope you are good. So this can lead to mass deception, political propaganda, and even cult-like behavior, because they feel like if you don't do these things, they will leave you behind. You will not have any friends. I'm not even talking about children. I'm talking about adults as well. This is the norm. This is the reigning group. This is the happening group. And you go there, oh, you want to happen. You want to belong. And you find out that all this sort of atrocities is being committed in this group. And you just feel, if I pull out now, I will lose friends. If I pull out now, you start doubting your self-worth and all of that. Why? Why? You need to ask yourself this. It could be at work. You have this group of people at work. They might even be in your team as well. And you find out that the things they do, my goodness, it's giving you a headache. Who does this? And then you want to complain, or you want to address certain things, and everyone's eyes are on you. God help if you open your mouth to complain about us. We're the dream team. And then your manager is asking, for the truth, and you want to say the truth, but because it's just only you, nobody will stand with you. You just feel, what if you get fired? What if this? What if they make life at work unbearable? You just keep quiet and follow the crowd as well. Dare to stand your ground regardless. It will pay off in the end. You might suffer a bit for it, but you find out that it will pay off in the end. So when following the crowd, let's see how beneficial it can be. So when following the crowd, it can be beneficial as well. That's why you need to understand and know and reflect before you make that decision. So while there are dangers to conformity, like I've highlighted, there are many, many times when following majority can also be useful. So I'm not here to actually condemn this totally, but just drawing attention to be mindful. You really need to think deep before you make decisions, before you follow the crowd, before you decide to belong to a group of people or whatever it is. So you can learn from others. Positively anyways. So observing and imitating positive habits can help in personal development. Certain things you don't know how to do, some things you're struggling with, and you find out that this group of people, they seem to have it together. Yeah, you can belong to that kind of a group because you're there to observe, you're there to learn. Positive learning, positive personal development. Only on that condition might you just follow the crowd. Again, creating social harmony. So following certain social norms, e.g. being polite. I want to belong to that group of people. When they're talking about people in this day and age being polite, yeah, why not mention FunmiRoyal? Why not? People who obey the law. I want to be that person. So if one of that group of people are there to obey the law, it's supposed to be everyone really. So this is good. You can follow that social harmony, that group, that crowd, because you want to maintain law and order, which is good. Don't get me wrong, because some people do that to actually fight the law and order in a society. So again, when following the crowd can be beneficial is avoiding unnecessary struggles. So in some cases, resisting the crowd can lead to hardship when the majority is making the right decision. When majority is making the right decision, that is the only time you can go with them. But when you know that this thing, in fact, the moment you have second thought about anything, stop. This is me talking now. Stop. Do not go ahead with it because you're not 100% sure. The more reason you need to think deep about it before you make that decision. Otherwise, be ready to face the consequences or the reward. Pink Lover, I see you. Mosey, I see you. Thank you so much for joining. So let's be mindful when the majority is making the right choice, when the group is making the right choice, when the crowd is making the right choices, you can go with them. No doubt about that. But you need to know, honestly, because sometimes it appears that they're making the right choices just to draw you in. And then the moment you get in, you find out, oh my goodness, What on earth is this? And sometimes it might just be too late to retract yourself or to go back. So be mindful, be mindful. They say all that glitter is not gold. All that glitter is not gold. That crowd that is glittering, they might not be gold. Be careful. So let us look at how to avoid blindly following the crowd. That's why I said these things takes for you to reflect on them, because it's going to affect your life either way, whether positively or negatively. And I will not sit down and go and put my neck in something that will cause me trouble. Like, life is not throwing troubles enough at me already. Why would I want to willingly now go and put my neck into that? So let's look at a few ways where we can avoid blindly following the crowd. The first is develop critical thinking. Just all the sum of what I've been saying. Develop critical thinking. You have your head, you have your mind. Think. Always question why something is popular or widely accepted, whether for good or for bad or whatever. Question it. Don't just keep quiet and be moaning, and question it. If you know who, you can ask, why are people doing this way? Because people seem to be suffering. Dare you be the one to question that norm. Question it. So you need to develop critical thinking. Analyze if it aligns with your values and principle before you go into it. Don't just feel, because majority they're doing it, you too. Think. Majority doing it, has it been beneficial to them? Because if it hasn't been beneficial to anyone or to them, you going into it, I don't think it will be any different. So be mindful. Think critically before you follow the crowd, or before you even think about it, really. And again, trust your own judgment so you don't blindly follow the crowd. Learn to make decisions based on facts, on logics and personal beliefs, rather than that pressure from the crowd. The fact that everybody is doing it that way does not mean that is the right way. Sweet L, I see you. Carl Thomas, thanks for joining. Again, confidence in your own thinking. It reduces the need for approval from others. Because I know that once I make up my mind, for me as a believer, I would even pray, God help me, I've made the right decision. Give me a sign that I've made the right decision, so I know. So I'm always confident in my own thinking. So it would be rare, really, for the crowd to come and persuade me or confuse me to go their way, except I see positive reasons why I need to. So, are you confident in your own thinking? Are you approval of yourself, your decisions? Or people can just come and change your mind anyhow. So trust your own judgment so you don't blindly follow the crowd. And again, be willing to stand alone. I notice that majority of people, as a counselor, I see this. Sometimes you have clients and you can just tell that this person is not confident in themselves. They need to be holding on to a loved one or be attached to a relationship or something. And if you strip them off of these people, they feel naked. They feel, they can't breathe. They feel depressed. They feel anxiety and all of that. When last did you do something by yourself? I don't know. Sometime I think, few months back, I think I had this client. I'm like, when was the last time you actually went out by yourself, whether to swim, a cinema, coffee by yourself? Say, no, somebody must go with me. And they say, must go with you. Why must somebody go with you? Can you not do things by yourself? So it's boring. That means such a person can easily follow the crowd. And you're looking for excitement, and the crowd will give you more than you bargained for. So be willing to stand alone. So some of our greatest leaders in history, they stood against majority. Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr. Nelson went to prison for years and years, and he stood by his word. He stood by his belief. He stood by himself. Fine, other people, some people, the society were with him and all of that. But as a person, what he believed in, he stood by it. Are you that kind of a person? Or would you, I'm trying to remember that film of Nelson Mandela. I might be wrong because it's been years ago I watched it, where they offered him his freedom. on a conditional basis, and the man refused and just lock me up because I'm not going to change my mind. This is my belief and I stand by it. And he went to prison. That's why I say sometimes standing alone can cost you, but it'll be worth it in the end. So standing for what is right, even if alone, is a sign of strength. That means you're a very strong person. It will take, a nation to come and convince you or to confuse you really about making up your mind. You want to follow the crowd or you want to stand alone in what you believe. Again, surround yourself with independent thinkers, people who can think by themselves. Smart, I see you. Thanks for joining. People who are smart. Smart thinkers, independent thinkers, engage with people who challenge ideas rather than just conform. Because, in life, change is inevitable. And my prayer is that we're changing for the better, not for the worse. So no matter if an idea comes today and it seems like, oh my God, this is the best idea. Maybe a child that'll be born tomorrow is gonna be born, grow up to challenge that best idea. Yes, ideas will keep evolving. So get with that rather than just conform. Oh, it's always been like this. Don't change it, just leave it, we'll manage it. No, life can be better with that attitude. So a diverse group of perspective can help you make more informed decision. Don't be one-sided. Don't be one, the only time you're one-sided or focused on a particular thing is when you're sure, when you don't have any shadow of doubt that this is the way, this is the perspective, this is the informed decision I need to go by, because otherwise it will get you into more trouble. So support yourself with great thinkers, independent thinkers, people who are positive-minded. Because they can be great thinkers but negative-minded. So be mindful. Again, I'm going to round up, like I said, it's a short one today, is just to kind of open our mindset to this topic. Because like I said, some people get in trouble and, they will suffer needlessly just because they cannot stand their grounds or they cannot make up their own mind or rather follow the crowd. Again, learn from history. Whether your family history, your work history, the history of your community. Ebony, I see you. Please, let's keep tapping as we're coming in. I really appreciate that. Let's just keep tapping and taking the likes off, please. If that's all you do for me today, honestly, I really appreciate that. So learn from history. Many historical events shows the danger of blind conformity. E.g., when you have dictatorship regimes, economic crashes, there's so many like that. What has happened in the past regarding this scenario, regarding this situation? Because you don't want to make the same mistakes, especially when it's out there and it's a popular knowledge in the public domain. Why would you want to do the same, thinking you might get a different result? These things are dangerous. Studying these lessons can help prevent repeating mistakes. Because the whole idea is for us to learn from past mistakes or people we know, their mistakes. So why do we want to go and repeat the same just because we want to go with the crowd? So be mindful, be careful. What is the norm in the society? Is it been beneficial? Is that why it has stayed so long? Or is it just waiting for you to challenge that? But yet you don't have a mind of your own. You're still looking whether to go left or right and all. Because some laws will change because of one person's decision to challenge the norm. And people find out, oh, I've actually thought of it some time ago, but what did you do about it? Other than for this person to face the consequences and say, you know what, I may suffer in this, but I strongly believe, from the depth of my heart that this thing needs to change. We can't do it again the way the crowd has done it. It hasn't worked. Why are nobody coming up? Why is nobody coming up to challenge this? Why is everybody keeping quiet on it? Maybe that is the assignment God is giving you in that company you are, in that family you are, in that community that you are. Maybe God wants you to stand for something. Stand and fight for something that is right. Shola Favor, I see you. Thanks for joining. So, guys, I'm going to be concluding. Like I said, it's a short one today. It's just to bring, our mind to thinking about these things. Following the crowd. Is it always beneficial or does it have consequences? Think about it. Because no man is an island. I get it. But then I wouldn't want to follow the crowd on that island just because everybody's there and I can see from afar that there is danger. But because I want to belong, I just go there. And then I face the consequences. And these things can change people's mindset for life. Some get traumatized because they follow the crowd. Because at the end of the day, their experience, it becomes a trauma. And then people go into depression. Oh, but why did you not think, why did you think what they were doing was okay? Because my best friend was there, or because my sister was there, or because my boss was there. There will always be a reason why people follow the crowd. But is it a good reason for a good cause? Those are questions we need to ask ourselves. So guys, honestly, I'm rounding up today. And I'm concluding with this. Following the crowd is natural, but it should never come at the cost of losing your personality or your identity, your values, your critical thinking. No. So while society encourages conformity in many ways, no doubt about it, true success and fulfillment comes from making independent, well thought out decisions. And sometimes it may cost you. It may cost you, and that's just the truth about it. But regardless of the cost, are you willing to stand on those words? Are you willing to stand on those values? Because sometimes the right path is the one less traveled. I don't want to be... Jesus has come to die for all of us. Why do I have to die for humanity again? And a sinner, I see you. Sometimes the way we think, we'll be like, oh, just look away. After all, maybe it's not touching you. Whatever it is the crowd is doing, you might feel, oh, you're safe wherever you are. But then, are your children safe? Is your partner safe? Are your colleagues safe following that crowd? Because sometimes you might want to look away. It's the safest. Just look away. But then speaking up is changing the norm. Speaking up is going the right path. Do you have what it takes to speak up and stand alone rather than following the crowd? My final thought today, like I said, it's a short one. Are you making choices because they are right for you or just because everyone else is doing it? Food for thought. Thank you so much. That is my talk for today. However, I have this one question. My one question I will always bring. Young Rich, I see you. Does anything great comes from following the crowd? Does anything, maybe you might have, I may have missed out. I know I talked about the positive side too, following the crowd. But do you think anything great comes from following the crowd? I rest my case. Thank you for listening. Bringing hope and make you feel alright. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. TW, I see you. TW, we missed you on Saturday. We didn't see you on the big one. Voices everywhere. What happened? Because I know I specifically sent you an invite, but I know you might be busy because it's a weekend. We missed you. And thank you. Big one is even on here as well. So guys, that is my talk for today, bringing our attention to following the crowd, because people do get in trouble, most especially they get in trouble when they follow the crowd. The crowd does not mean that they're always right all the time. Oh, you've been busy. Well, I thought as much. But thank you for joining in today. I really appreciate your time here. So guys, please send an invite. Let us open more this topic. Let's talk about it. How is it affecting individuals in the society? How how's it affecting you as a family in the society? Following the crowd, everybody's following them. Let's just go with them. And then when the consequences come, you want to run. Why can't you stay there all through? Face it, whatever happens. Oh, thank you so much. So send an invite. Let's talk some more about this. Do you think it affects people negatively, positively when they follow the crowd? I want us to talk more about this so that moving forward in life, we will think, critically about decisions we're making, whether majority are going for that decision. No, I will sit and think about it. How will it affect me? How will it affect my immediate environment and things like that? Because if you don't think about it, you just follow the crowd, like I said, there will be consequences. So let's see who is there. I'm going to bring us up and share your experience. If you have any that you want to share with us here, we keep it simple and real. And, help other people as well. It could be some teenagers out there, it could be young adults, they're always struggling with this. Like, the majority are always doing this, and I always feel left out by myself. And it just seems like the best thing, just follow the crowd, whether it's beneficial or not. They shy away from it because I mean, life is easier that way, and it's so easy to get lost in the crowd as well. You know that.
Yeah.
Guys, so much. I see some of us is still rolling. Big one. How are you?
Hello?
You're
Hello?
right.
Yeah, I just said to pop in quickly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you
I
so much
just
for
had to
joining.
pop in quickly when I saw you, because I was doing some
Thank
editing as
you.
well.
Thank you
I
so
just
much.
guessed. Well, following the crowd, I think you've nailed it all, because I was listening intently. I think sometimes it depends. Following the crowd is subjective in terms of we should
Wow.
ask us. Yeah, we should ask ourselves sometimes. If
Yeah.
you're following the crowd, ask yourself, that crowd that you've decided to follow, how
Yeah.
does it align with God's plan for your life?
True.
Because there was one time Pastor Samademi told us a story way back in Nigeria, this time. He said there was a man who was stuck in traffic in his car, and in front of him he had this, taxi drivers in Lagos now, and the man just took off from the traffic and started cutting corners. And this man and his wife, the wife said, "Oh, follow him now, follow him now." These taxi drivers, they know the way, So the man followed the taxi driver. Guess what? They never knew the man was going to his own house. So Pastor Sam said, when the man got in front of the house, the husband now said, Chori, yes, follow.
See your life, oh.
See? So basically, I just put that out as something for us to reflect. I think that this follow the crowd has led a lot of people into big trouble. And as I said, it's two ways. There are two sides to a coin.
Yeah.
One is sometimes you follow the crowd. I'm not talking in terms of people who are progressive in nature, people whose values align with God's design for you, people whose values, when you look at it publicly and privately, you can beat your chest and say, yes, I belong to these people. Because there are people like that, really, when you follow that particular. So follow the crowd in context is dependent on the mindset of the individual involved. But the follow the crowd that we all know generally, the general one we know is follow, just everybody say, Abolonta and say, jump into it. Jump into it. And that takes the bigger chunk of this topic, follow the crowd, because a lot of people found themselves in places that are not designated for their destinies, are not designed for them to be in. You mentioned something earlier on, and it struck me. That's why I stayed put. It's about when our parents, we were going to say, oh, Abaladoja is a lawyer, so you too, you should be a lawyer. And look at their family, all of them are doctors. I think that affected a lot of destinies in our time. A lot of people were stuck in
A
there.
lot.
Because, so you see because that's why I said you've covered everything, because that aspect is one of the core things we need to talk about when parents say that, oh, Allah is doing well now, he's a lawyer. But it's shocking to know that today people will ever believe that people in the media, social media, will make so much money.
I know.
When we were in media back in Nigeria those days, we were looked at like I wanted to work it on the watch again.
My father barred me from going to Radio Lagos.
So when we talk, because we've been there together, we know when people look at us then, it's like, when I'm going for a better job and radio announcer and so on.
I know.
But it's so shocking now. That's why sometimes you need to hear clearly and see clearly by help of God. You need to hear clearly and see clearly, because sometimes when you listen to what people are saying, they can derail you. So my point is basically that follow the crowd. One should ask themselves those three things I said. One, the values, does this align with my values? Am I proud of the kind of values these people share? Can I publicly stand and say, yes, I belong to these people? Beat your, as they say in Nigeria, make you beat your chest. Exactly.
Like
And then the third thing is this so-called follow the crowd that I'm doing. Is it something that that when I look back in time, my children can say, oh, that's what my dad did. And that's why I'm always very, very scared when I go on social media and I see people my age, people older than me do some things on social media, and I'm asking, are they that so uneducated or illiterate to not to know that these things are permanent on the internet?
Oh no.
And you wonder, these people have children, they have family members. There are so many, social media is a good place to use an example. You just see something and you say, do they have family members watching these things? So that's why, and they do it because other people are making money, I have so much views. And they've forgotten that's not the end point of that thing. That there is still, like they say, one man said a big one, there is an after, and after. You see? But people don't know. That's my point. Just that people should just ask ourselves, the values I want to share with these people, their belief systems, everything, does it align with my vision and my dream? Very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well said. Thank you. May God help us open our eyes to see that all that glitter is not gold.
It's not.
I remember that analogy you gave the first time. I remember this video clip that I saw. It was a man, he just remembered something. He started running on the road, on the street. He started running, and people coming across him like, what? They don't know. They started.
I saw the video.
Everybody started running.
It was in America. Said, it was a prank. Yeah.
It was a prank. Everybody running to the fact that the group now gathered, and the man stopped and holding his breath. Said,
and they said, why are you running?
I said, why are you running? What is Jesse? He said, oh, I just forgot that I didn't lock my door or something. I'm like, seriously, people. So you can imagine. Oh, very funny, Bob. Thank you, big one, for that. So, woman of purpose. I think today is my resting day. How are you? And you are welcome. I've dropped the mic for you. Good evening.
Oh, okay.
I know someone should come to woman of purpose. Don't fall my hand, though. Are you still there? Okay. Maybe she's just resuming. Okay. Adegbenga, thank you so much. I saw when you joined in. Thank you so much. TW, I wanted to bring you up. I don't know if you saw my invite. Please come, share one or two with us here.
Good evening.
Good evening. How's your day been? Oh.
Yeah. My day is very busy, but thankful I'm able to make it to the air.
We can hear you, but you're sounding a bit far away.
Yeah, you need to move closer to you.
Are you there? Thank you, TW. I do understand. Thank you, but thank you for the support. So please help me keep tapping if you can, please. Let's keep.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Much better.
Oh, perfect.
How's your day been?
Yeah, day has been good, and yours?
We bless God.
Okay, big one. Thank you for your contribution, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It's good to be here too.
Now, Fumi drag you come, sir.
He doesn't have a choice but to be here today.
Absolutely.
Guess what, Adegbenga, this big one, do you know he knew me when I was a teenager?
Hey, Fumi, don't do it.
I'm telling you, he's known me since, so it's my
brother. One family here, big one.
Honestly.
People would think I'm a 75-year-old man. I better go for me.
No. Oh, we're too young. I'm young. I have
you can see. You see the big one. The reason she's saying this is because we treat each other as one family in here.
Okay.
See, don't say no, man, Joe. No. Sorry, Elder Ade, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. If the elders go are not claiming elder, who am I before the elders? If big one is not claiming to be an elder.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, following the crowd. Well, many a times it is said that age is only a number.
Yes, sir.
Maturity doesn't come by age. You know, you, there are things many people would have done
Yeah.
or have done in the past that they are regretting the effects. I know I used to have many back then, but I thank God that His mercy has helped me to overcome or to outgrow them. You understand? Man, the way things is, I'm someone who oftentimes look up to people. And you see, all these people that you look up to, they end up turning you down.
I know.
And at the end of the day, you will just realize, even you struggling alone, you are doing way better than those people because you see, those people, they are living a fake life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because not all that glitter is the gold. You see, we have a lot of affluence in the society, and the way you think is different from the way other people see you.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at the beneficial aspect, who is gaining?
Yeah.
Yes, I am somebody that I like to go out of my way for people. And at the end of the day, I don't they don't appreciate the value given to them. You see, the time you have for yourself, value it.
Yeah.
Because when you are investing this very time to other people, they would blame you at the end of the day and make you even see fault for in you doing it. Yeah, they got nothing to hide. Did I ask you? Did I beg for it? You know? Following the crowd in the African mentality, it's easier, unlike this Western world. And my reason for saying this is because a lot of things are not working back home. So it's always easy when somebody put up a fake profile to come and carry you. You know, every day people change. Thank God for grace today that a friend that I have seen just last year, I would re-examine over and over again before even accepting the person one time.
In fact. Yeah.
Today,
Yeah.
that's the stage I am now. Oh, where are you? What have you been doing? I was told you were here. I have to do my background check to know if we can still be friends.
Yeah. Because
Or
your values may have changed over the year.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, you have said a lot. I won't say you've said everything.
No, not possible.
And Big One also did a big one. That big one is he crowned your comments as a guagba. You know, the first thing I would highlight is the loss of personal autonomy.
Yeah.
You know, when someone constantly follows the crowd, they may lose touch with their own preferences, values, and beliefs, which can lead them to diminished sense of individuality and autonomy. And personal judgments. All of this is very crucial to oneself. This is the way you should go. When another person's opinion comes in, just for you to welcome listening idea. You might like, okay, let me hear from other people to, you know, just to use other people's view, and you end up regretting that, oh, I should have done it my own way.
Yeah.
And following the crowd, it helps us to not maximize our level of thinking.
Yeah.
If I rely on the fact that maybe Funmi is there, I can follow Funmi. Now, even if I would listen to Funmi, I should also have my own opinion. That okay, if Funmi suggests that we go through XYZ and I am coming from ABC, what's the difference of the two? Let us outweigh it and let's see the good, the impact. If I am right, I can as well notify Funmi that Funmi, this way it's better we go my way. Or if we go your way, these are that means sharing idea.
Yeah.
And that way is much better than just following Funmi gullibly. Go. You know? And when we are looking at, okay, when I started politics back then in Nigeria,
Yeah.
the political structure in Nigeria is follow the crowd.
How come be?
Now that really fits this topic. I can relate that more.
Yeah.
Because the reason it is that way is because they have a false doctrine of what did the leader say. It is not what does your opinion count.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you follow the recent activities back home in Lagos State before that of Rivers State, that of the Lagos State House of Assembly, are they saying there is nobody in the whole of Lagos State that can solve the problem of the assembly, that the president had to charter a private jet to fly in the assembly member from Lagos to Abuja? The president can easily, as the CAC, can easily instruct that this is the way you should go, because that is the way it has always been. And they will just follow suit. If we look at the issues of Rivers State, they've allowed the governor fall into many loopholes before bringing the hammer on him. Because that is how it is structured. But here in abroad, because I sneezed on someone close to me, and I did say sorry, as a politician, I might be required to step down from my position. That's the first thing. And until the person I sneeze on accepts my apology and make a statement, before the normalcy can return, which says due diligence must be followed. And also, when we look at the area of peer pressure, individually, it kills a lot of people silently. And the lack of authenticity.
Yeah.
I would like to pair authenticity with contentment. You see, I can wear Gucci that is made in the back of my compound. But the fact that it is my body that carries it, trust me, Even if you wear the main designer and you still do not have a body to carry it, what's the value?
Oh,
The
wow.
most important thing is you know you are smart, you have confidence, you have courage in your dress sense.
Yeah.
So all of these are key. And in summary, while following the crowd, it may as well offer short-term benefits, and it can as well undermine individuality,
Mm.
Yeah.
and it can as well limit your thinking. However, in some cases, it can provide a sense of safety.
Okay.
Yeah, when you are in an unfamiliar terrain, it can help you in some way. You know, I told you I moved out recently.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
Yeah, and when I got to the new place, fine, everybody received me very well, very loving. In fact, as I'm talking to you, I'm in the kitchen. They are putting me through some things, do this way, do this that way. You know, if I believe I know it all, I would not achieve what I'm achieving presently.
Yeah, well, I guess.
So, as well, there is always a good side to everything, and there is always a negative side to everything. But it's always good for the good to outweigh the bad.
Definitely.
So, I will leave the floor for other people to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you. So that would now make me, think to ask this question, which I've asked after my talk. So really, really think about it, just ponder on it. So do you think anything really great can come from following the crowd? Great lasting can come from following the crowd. Is on the floor. Anyone can take that. What is your take about that?
Well, as I said earlier on, I think just like the last speaker said, Mr. Gbenga, I said there are two ways to look at it still again because following the crowd, as I said earlier on, you said something that one should be careful to ensure that if you look at both what you call it, the for and against, the for should be greater than the against because there's no point following the crowd and then you end up finding yourselves where you don't want to find yourself.
Yeah.
Because for example is I remember when I was growing up in Ibadan, me and mathematics in WAEC, it be like say we don't like ourselves. They just dash me F9 every time I did the
Oh my
GC. Oh my God. I passed every other thing. My history had A1. But every time I sat that exam, that maths, it be like say, "Nah, from heaven, they don't write and say, nah, no go be fair." So we had this neighbor right in front of my house, because I lived in a close that time. And they were Christians. I grew up as a Muslim, they were strong Christians. But the children of those people occupying that house opposite us, they were Christians, and they were my age mates, the two boys. And funny enough, we did the work at the same time. So when I had the problem of the mathematics, there was a plan by my mom and the mom of those kids that I should come to their house to sleep over during the period of GC and WAEC, because those ones were science students. I was an art student. You get me?
Yeah.
So I had to go to those guys and I had to follow. Just thank God I did that, because at least from there I was able to understand something and partially at least got my PEs. And eventually I did the GC again. That, for example, even though you don't want to liken it to following the crowd, is an example of how we should look for positive intakes when we say we are following the crowd. And following the crowd, as I said earlier on, the ideal is very important. You must know why you are following the crowd. It's so important.
Yeah.
Even though the world today is so confused, people are so confused such that you ask questions, and that is why there's this clarion call that we should always look out for the interests of our children, because Mr. Bega mentioned something, peer pressure. Peer pressure is actually what leads to following the crowd.
Mostly,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, if you're not strong-willed, you don't have a definition of where you're going. When the peer pressure comes and you're not able to stand, definitely to jump the gun and you start following the crowd, and then you find yourself where you don't want to. But back to the question, I believe that it depends on what crowd you are following. Because you also say there's one thing the woman said that NET I don't fast okay, which means the second person they are helping to climb stairs should not even put his hand down to carry another person because they won't fall down together. So basically, I think that following the crowd should be defined. The individual should be able to define what is this following the crowd? What am I following them for? What I don't want to gain, or what am I able to put? Because if you even follow the crowd and your input is more than your output, I don't know why you're following that crowd. Because sometimes this issue of influencing people, because if what you have done is to submerge your own power of influence under some people's power of influence. And like Mr. Gbenga mentioned, you must be careful because sometimes you join into some crowds and you find out I came on one by now. I'm better than all this. What am I doing here? And that's God help you if you're somebody who can self-realize yourself. So people get lost. Some people they lose themselves in that kind of crowd and they can't even identify who they are. And that is the problem of the world today. A lot of people are in places they will naturally not be, but because they want to belong, they want to be in that crowd, want to be part of that thing. That's why you find them there. I want to see cases where when we are growing up, when they would arrest maybe a child and they'll say, and the person will say, I know your father, I know your family, I know your people. What were you doing there? I know your parents. And those are the kind of things. And I said society is today is crazy. It's not like when we were growing up. When I tell my kids, they laugh when I say some things. There was one day when I don't know, they were watching something one day and they were singing a song and I sang the song. And they were saying, Dad, you know that? I went to very good primary schools in Nigeria. I went to good schools in Nigeria.
Anyhow.
Yeah, when growing up. So it's so warped. Everything is so crazy now that this following the crowd, I wish they would teach it in schools, in our schools in Nigeria and everywhere. I wish they would because I keep saying if you look at because I was planning social media for this weekend. If you look at social media, oh my God, it grips your heart.
I know. It
grips your heart because that's the best example you can look at is this following crowd. He mentioned something earlier on about all this Ajayi syndrome too. And that's another thing. Why would somebody, there's this case, popular one they're all chatting about now about gold. Why would you go and borrow somebody's gold to wear to a party and then you say it's missing $10,000 worth? For what? How many hours party?
You better be missing with the gold.
That's what's happening now because I don't normally follow those things.
Really?
My wife telling me. They said the owner is now saying that you must get $10,000 worth of gold you put on your neck just to show up at a party.
What?
Just borrow to show up at the party. And I'm thinking, what sense is there? This person is not a young person. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? Because that moment of showing off and displaying that thing.
See the outcome now.
And you have your name all over social media space.
My goodness.
Sad. Even when all of us complain about this Gen Z, I'm sorry to say, and when we are adults of our age, the way they behave on the social media space.
Don't get me started.
I don't even want to go there. That's why I said this follow the crowd thing. May God help everybody.
I said, Komi, if I was here twerking, will be more than this.
What are you saying?
I said will be more than this crowd.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere you go. So that's why I'm saying when we blame all this Gen Z, I say no, don't talk about them. Even ourselves, we say we grew up in 1970s, 80s, and the way some of us behave.
I know.
We're ashamed. And you have no shame.
No.
Shame. This issue of shame has gone in social media. There's nothing called shame. Anybody can do what they like. And that is it. And when you fully find out the genesis of why that person is doing that is because they want the views, they want people to come there, they want people to say, oh, this is the popular this thing or not. Because I read an article recently by Femi Johnson, one of the best writers we had in terms of magazine publication and that. He said something about the level of how people come online to desecrate and denigrate their weddings, their marital homes, because they want to be in social media space. You just want people to follow you, and then start saying things that are not true, things that cannot be verified.
So that they can trend.
And that alone, it kills you. So all this follow the crowd. Fela, that thing with last sang that song, we were saying that I don't mind this man, he's Indian. When he was saying follow, you when you follow, you follow into pit. You see, is it not the same thing happening now to all of us?
No. And
That's why you have to
imagine
be
how long ago that song came out.
long time ago. Say Mr. Follow. Of course you are following and you're not opening your eyes. Is when you are following, make you open your eyes. It's telling you that you must be sure that this thing where you follow and at the right place. So like I said, and it cannot be stopped. It won't stop. I'm telling you, that's the truth. It won't stop. They used to say, our elders used to say, when you're trying to tell a child that this is fire, he doesn't want to listen. Let him put his finger and it burns him. He knows that, oh, when I see this flame, it means fire. But these days, even with the fire, they don't care. As long as somebody is walking through, they will follow the person. They don't even know that person carry juju and they say, no, I want you go, I will go. So it's so sad. In fact, it's a broad thing. You cannot even stop talking about it. People always want to follow the crowd, and what I always say is that there are consequences for our actions and inactions in life. So you live with it. That is it.
Thank you. I mean, it's really sad. It's really sad that same social media, some people are trying to teach etiquette, sometimes to teach a positive way of living and things like that. At the same time, and you know that it's bad news that spread faster on this social media. Anything good, on Thursdays, I remembered some months back, I'm like, let's start putting on social media videos of happily married couples, I mean, genuine ones.
Yes.
Let's start posting. I said, who will share? They won't share.
They won't share.
But if you post where a man is chasing the wife with cutlass or they are fighting, husband and wife are fighting, that is what you will see people promoting.
Yes.
And I'm like, where does this end, really? Everybody wants to live in a good society, but nobody wants to contribute to that.
Nah. The society is sick now. What is wrong is right now.
I know, our chairman, I don't know, you listen. They say that thing is bad. And in my mind, is why it's bad and everybody, I said, no, mom, it's good, bad. I'm like, what? It says bad, like bad is a good thing. I said, maybe we have to create a new dictionary because
we Gen Z, we know you are old school, we understand.
All of the negative words is now used to qualify good things. I'm like, where does this end? It took me a while before I could adjust to that, honestly. And it's become a norm. It's become a norm.
It's a norm.
So now when somebody say, this person did this and it was bad, I know it's a good thing. But then it's crazy. It's crazy. No, we're laughing about it's crazy. How can you say somebody has done something bad and you're applauding him or you're rewarding them? That is where we have found ourselves today. And we need to be careful. And social media, our teenagers today, they believe everything that comes from social media.
Look, God will help us.
They follow that crowd on social media.
They do. That's why you have to disabuse their minds.
I know, it's very disgraceful. And that's why we're talking about these things, because we know teenagers who have gotten into trouble. Some people, they're so close to their nuclear family. And then they meet this person on social media and they will not trust this person and they will not trust their family anymore. So you can imagine what this is causing in homes.
That's why they fall victim easily. All these things that happened, was it last year or this year, when we had a lot of our people, Nigerians, who came in newly, when they set them up as pedophiles. I mean, how can you get a visa for a student, whatever, and you come to this country, you are married, you have children back in Nigeria, you are here for a cause, and you get here, and next thing you do is try to chat up young people, and then they set you up, and the police come and arrest you. I mean, show you as a public spectacle. It's a disgrace.
Oh my God.
It's not only one, it's not only one, only two. I saw it and I was like, then the one guy was writing on the thread, say, you carry student visa and come here. And you carry your wife for Nigeria, and you have a mission of what you want to do here, but yet you go online and start looking for under 17, under 15. And you even invite you to park, and you went there, and the police were saying, what did you come and do in the park here? If you say you are not that kind of person.
You see, that's why another thing.
Because that's the mentality. People have cried this and say, when you get your drum, that's when the drum is following the crowd.
Hey.
And you are doing it.
I know.
And then when you try to tell people that's what they say, you don't know anything, you're just in this country for years. What do you know? You don't know anything. That's what's happening now. There is the rave. It's the rave of the moment. It's the rave. Blah, blah, blah. So that's why I said there are consequences. As long as you know you can face the consequences of following your crowd. God bless you. It's true.
Culture really again plays a huge role
I'm
in this
telling
topic.
you, we've thrown it out.
Because the things you do in, say, Nigeria, for example, or Africa, you get away with as a crowd. I mean, I think Benga said it in politics, in society, all of that, you get away with it. You now come to this side of the world, the western part, and then the culture here, they are watching you like a hawk.
Of course.
And you think, oh, all those things you get away with there.
No, they pile up your, they pile it up for you. Yeah, that's what they do. They do open your file.
As you're speaking, I was just thinking back to this man, the wife and children back home.
Yeah.
Because the video will go viral and they will see it.
It's not a matter of it to go viral. The moment that these people have already put it on Facebook, forget it. It's all global. Because our own people themselves will be the ones sharing it. They will share it. And the ones who love that, so they will share it. Say, come and see your brother. They will be sharing it. And that's how the family will know. And that's why I did something. I've not even posted it. I was 3 days ago. Last week, when somebody posted and said it was Shegun Arinze is sick, and I looked at the picture. I said, "This man is on a film set." The person took his picture, his normal picture, when he was slim, and then they took the second picture.
I don't understand what is wrong with
the guy was on a film set, so they made him look as if he had a problem, like cancer. His belly was swollen. I was looking at the thing. I said, Shegun is not sick. This is a film set, and I saw some there are still,
and then the other people,
the threads there, they have shared that thing they had already shared it about 103 times. 103. So somebody in that thread was saying, "This is a film set, you idiot." They were starting to abuse themselves, so I kept quiet. I think that, let me tell you, that thing went viral within 24 hours. Guess what happened?
I know.
Guess what happened? If you see my Unplanted Dogs, I posted a video. The guy had to go and do a video immediately. How can Shegun Arinze be that sick? How can Shegun Arinze be that sick and nobody will know? Shegun Arinze, this is a veteran. The guy came out and said, "Thank you, my friends, for bringing it to my awareness." I said, "What is wrong with us?" And the people were sharing it confidently. They were even trying to collect money on his behalf.
Hey.
He said it's a video.
They've opened what GoFundMe already.
Somebody was the one who shared it first. Somebody shared it first, and then all those followed the crowd. They just started sharing it. Oh, Shegun Arinze is sick. What are these people doing to themselves? They are dying and they're not helping themselves. I was reading nonsense from people. I said, just like that. Somebody posted something, didn't even verify, didn't even know. They were started sharing it. They just followed themselves. Follow. Already shared about 103 times. Within that minute that was posted, I said, my God.
I honestly don't understand. That's why I say we need to talk about this, especially our Gen Z generation, the Alpha, Beta, whatever generation they call themselves. Yeah. Because social media has become a place of training, teaching, learning, influencing. To the point that your parents now is like they don't have a say.
Yeah.
Everything goes on social media, they just latch onto it and they take it as a way of life. This has to be the way of life. And a lot of children are missing today. A lot of teenagers are missing today because, oh, my friend is online chatting with somebody.
And they do the same thing, follow. Yeah, it's follow the crowd. Yeah.
They follow. And it's just sad. Where does it end? Because even the older ones who are supposed to know better, do better, they're even making it worse. God help us. Devin, thanks for joining us. I don't know if you have anything to say. Good evening. How are you?
It's Divine. Good evening.
Divine.
Oh, it's Divine. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thank you for joining us today. I don't know what your take is about this topic.
I just got back from work and then I came across the live. I've been listening and it's sad. It's sad because even my niece had to leave her mom's home to go get her own house just because of social media.
Really?
And all she does all day is TikTok, post rubbish videos. She just wanted that freedom to do whatever, dress however. Social media is the death of the coming generation. I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. If people can think to be positive on it, people can think. Thank you so much, Divine, for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine she's just passing the street of TikTok. Thank you for stopping by. Because some people will pass and say, for me, this is like a lost cause topic you're talking about. But we have to talk about it. Because you and I,
Actually, sorry. Even I was going to tell you this. That's why I'm actually treating social media the death of us. I don't know how. See, there's a way God. That's the title I put on the floor. I was going to do the promo on because that Shegwanize thing touched me.
it's not just. Do you know how many times I've come on social media and I see Olu Jacobs pronounced
Dead.
dead as
And the
well?
family will come out and say no.
I don't understand the hoax, the way the thing spread so fast,
You know what
and
Divine
then
said?
when the actual person comes out to do a disclaimer or whatever, you will not see anybody to share that.
Like
I
what
don't
Divine just said.
understand.
Like what Divine just said. That's what's happening to some families. That is what is happening. And that one day I
Negative
was
things
telling
spread
my
like wildfire.
yeah, exactly.
They never promote the good things out
Never,
there.
No, never.
It's very sad.
never.
Lord will help us. God will really help us.
Ah.
Elder Ade, are you still there? I hope you're listening. Let me bring more people so
Yeah.
we can talk some more about
Bring
this
more
because
people here.
it's
That was
affecting us. It's affecting us as individuals, as a
the
family,
family,
as a
the
member of the
country.
society. It's affecting everybody. But nobody's addressing these things publicly. Rather, it's just spreading and spreading, and that's why we're here. I'm not condemning social media because
No, it's a
I have the
no.
opportunity to be here as well.
Yeah.
But what are we doing on this social
It's
media?
like a tool. It's like they give you a tool to do something. It's either you use it for a bad purpose or for a good purpose. That's the way it is.
And the adults, I'm sorry, big one
Yes,
to
ma'am.
cut you. The adults in this platform are
I
not
said it before you came.
they're not helping at all. I was on a live and somebody was a man, a grown ass man, I'm sorry for the language, was talking about how polygamy is it's a way of life for them. Like it's normal. 99% of men cheat.
I don't
And
know where they
it's
get the
why
statistics from. I don't know where they get this
I
from.
don't
I
know.
don't
This one is
understand.
man-made, self-made statistics. Because you
And
show
people
me
are on his life supporting him, like, yeah, speak on, brother. That's the youth listening. What are you teaching the youth?
That's true. That's
oh
true.
my goodness.
If the adult cannot behave, how do you expect the younger ones to behave?
Who's correcting who? Who is laying the
Exactly.
example for who?
Oh Lord.
It's just sad. Is honest. I don't even know the words to use right now. It's very sad. Following the crowd because they're doing it. They're getting what is it called? They're getting more followers. You're getting followers doing those nonsense. Really? Can you not use that that space positively to influence people, the young one? And the thing is, we all know that a lot of younger people who are not even 18
Yeah.
sign up for all of these platforms.
That's why I do. I check on that's why I tell them you can't. You need. That's what. See, you can only do your best as a parent, like Divine said. But whilst they're still under you, rules must be rules. I don't care. There was someone to me. I said, if you say you want to work out, you can come out for the house. But for now, you abide by this.
Yeah.
Because our the one I said it. Even when we say our children should be guarded, even we adults that we lose control on the social media space.
I feel ashamed sometimes.
Yeah.
It's sad, but this is our reality. But do we all keep quiet because this is the norm now?
Yeah.
No. That's why you and I are here talking about these things. All of us cannot face the same direction. They say everybody will sleep, but we all cannot face the same direction.
Exactly.
One of us is that woke generation, woke indeed.
I was watching something, was it last week? This man was a documentary, I think, on TV. He was debunking most of those videos that we see on social media where they tell you use mango, this and that, it will make you slim, blah, 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 blah. The guy did his own documentary and made a research. Some of those things are lies. And people follow those videos.
You want to see the thousands of follow, likes, shares.
How to lose your nose in 2 days, and they will write all this stuff, and people will copy verbatim and they can't execute it. You see,
where are we heading to? I don't understand. Lord, please have mercy. It still seems like what's happening now? I'm just picturing 5 years from now.
Of course, it's going to be worse. It's not. That's not the cause. It's going to be worse if it looks like this now, and we're at this age now.
Because technology is still advancing.
It's gone beyond what we're even thinking it is. That's the question. What we assume it is gone beyond that.
Yes, God help us. Thank you all so much. Divine, thank you. Big one, thank you. Adegbenga, thank you for being there. Leslie, I thought you were going to, pass us by today, but thank you so much for joining. I hope you're good. I saw Woman of Purpose, she said she was off, but I gathered maybe she received a call or something because she dropped off again, and I'm hoping she will join us before we finish today. Otherwise,
Good
Leslie,
evening.
how are
Sorry,
you?
my for some reason my TikTok thing just every no notifications, nothing showed up. I don't even know what happened.
Really?
Yeah, just the whole thing, and I kept on. So eventually, I went to check it. I came back out of it,
Yeah.
rebooted the whole thing, and then it all started showing up. I was, oh, I had all these missed notifications coming through. So
Wow.
yeah, just crazy, just crazy. But
I think
also,
I think it was 2 weeks ago for me as well. After I finished the live, so I wanted to go and see the analysis of the program and all. I went to my page. It was showing zero follower, zero following.
Yeah. Glitch
So
happens at times.
So I was lost. I'm like, hey, could they have hacked my account? Because me, I don't have backup. In fact, due to that, I said maybe I should go and look for this backup now. But I said it's hard enough managing work because I manage my other social media platforms as well. And then I'm like, what would I do? I switch off my phone completely. I said maybe something is wrong with the head of So I left it for a while. So by the time I brought it back on, everything was now set. I'm like, that was scary. So I do get that. I know. Debbie,
yeah,
you're welcome. Welcome, Leslie. I don't know how
yeah.
much of the talk you've heard or
No, I've missed everything. I don't know what's going on.
oh
At the end, I'm also studying, so it's just a bit of
yeah, you
it's
said so.
a
Thank you
season
so
I'm
much.
in.
I know it's sacrificial. I mean, seeing you week in, week out. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for joining.
But yes, just tell me. I don't know. I'm not sure the topic. I'm seeing the title, following the crowd. I'm
Yes.
not sure.
Yeah.
We broke it down. Maybe I should ask you the question: does anything great comes from following the crowd? And we've pulled it to different angles. So this is where we're at now with the topic. We're talking about following the crowd. It has consequences. There could be some benefit to it, and reasons why people follow the crowd because they can't stand alone, because they want to belong to this particular group or whatever. So many. So what is it that people follow the crowd? And they find out that most times is the wrong set of crowd, and they always get into trouble.
Yeah, that's how human beings are programmed. It's culture. If you want to create a culture, you start with the first generation, second generation, begin to see that as an example, and by the third generation, you establish a culture. That's human programming. So following the crowd is just another way of programming people en mass. It's easier. It's probably the best way to get people to do things on a bigger scale, and it starts with leadership. You get people to make them feel like if you get three people doing the same thing, by the time a fourth person comes in, if they see, they just do it automatically without questioning why. It takes a strong person to ask, okay, why are y'all doing this? It's so that's part of the crowd mentality. But great things don't come from following the crowd,
See?
as it's well established. It's
Uh-huh.
pretty well established. People who are going to do something great will always step away from the crowd. They will end
Yeah.
up having to do things that require an internal change, but also them begin to work and develop those things that will set them apart. Because I think ultimately, when you follow the crowd, it's not always best for everybody, really. I think it's the great scripture that Jesus said that even people who are not Christians quote a lot. Broad is the road that leads to
Yeah,
destruction.
yeah. There's
It's
a way.
wide,
Another one. Yeah, there's a way that seems right to a man,
right,
but
a
the end
man, and in the
thereof
end, it leads to
destruction.
death. Yeah, so the road that leads to destruction is broad, it's wide, and many. It says many are those that walk or follow that path. And the road that leads to life is narrow, and few there be that find it. And so it's another. I think it's another way of even how we just a lot of things, how we parent, how we do a lot of things. If it's the crowd mentality. Also, when you don't follow the crowd, you tend to get ostracized, and
Oh, tell
no
me
human
about
being likes to be ostracized, especially when you don't feel you've done something wrong, just simply because
that.
you're not part of. So here in the UK, we have a drinking culture. for the most part. We have a drinking culture. So if you are someone who goes to the office, works in any space, and a lot of spaces, it's a drinking culture. So when they finish work, especially on a Friday, they tell you, "Oh, let's go have a drink." And if you don't drink alcohol, you can seem like the sore thumb sticking out, and you have to find ways to navigate that situation. And if you haven't got a set of built-in principles, or you haven't got a strong support system from where you're coming from, it can be quite challenging to be able to say, "Oh no, I don't," or even if you do go to say, "Okay, I'm only going to drink orange juice," or it can be quite challenging to be able to do that. So if you don't have a support system, people around you who can support you in that area, it can be difficult for you to be able to make that kind of decision unless you have that in place within yourself.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to bring the scriptures in that. Daniel is a great example of that. When he was in Babylon, taken as an exile, young person from the royal family of Israel, taken into Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar selected him amongst other Jewish young men to now be part of the king's court and to be trained for 3 years to now participate in how Babylon operates as a government. But even though Daniel was being schooled, he said, "Okay, I'm not going to drink any wine, and I'm not going to eat any meat." And then he tells the person that was training him, I want to have vegetables." And that was difficult because he was the only one that stood up. But when he stood up, 3 other guys who we now famously know as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego also stood up. So in a funny way, because one person decided that I'm not going to do this, it kind of now conveyed the other guys, probably if they were on the fence, it gave them the courage to say, "Oh, if he can do it, then we're going to do this as well." So they stood up and now joined him, and they became 4. But it started with Daniel.
Yeah.
So to be that odd one out sometimes is very difficult. But if you do have a very strong inner set of principles, then when you do make a stand, others eventually will, or at least there will be a level of respect for you for doing that. That they might not tell you directly, but you will get that. So I don't know if that helps, but the following the crowd thing, rarely is it ever right. Rarely is following the crowd ever the best move.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hope that helps.
It does. Thank you so much. It's amazing. I mean, we've expanded the topic. I mean, coming to social media, I think we treated is social media all bad some last year sometime, and we all know it's like every month something new, something new, something new. And now it's TikTok. Now I don't know what's the new social media they're going to create that will bring everybody. They will tell you is child friendly now. Before you know, even a toddler can open an account. My goodness, Lord have mercy. But it's all good. God helping us. I guess all parents out there, we should. Divine, I'm gonna come and I saw what you wrote. They say our youth are on TikTok begging day and night. That's a topic again. You can imagine, because oh my God, I don't even know what to say anymore. As I read that, I'm just thinking the world. I just saw the globe of the world. Like, gone are the days that the only time you will see an Asian person is if you travel to their country. But now on TikTok, some people are followed. I do not even know them. And it's a good thing. Of course, we're trying to reach out to people because of what we're doing as well. But you find out that it's so easy at the touch of a button. Your child in UK is in Asia already. And you are the parent, you don't even know. So it brings me back to following the crowd. We as parents, what are we teaching our children? What are we permitting them to do? And then mind you, some of us have some young adults who are, well, they're probably between 17 and 19. They're like young adults. I mean, they have a mind of their own. They have a say of their own. You give them a leeway to do one or two things, but how far should that be? How far should you allow them go? I don't know who said it, as long as they're under your roof. I think it was Big One. They have to abide by the rule. We cannot always control them 24/7, no doubt about it, because they go to school 7 8 hours a day, you're gone to work and all of that, but you don't know sometimes what they do, because they have their phone, they might not use it in school, but break times, some of them have access to this phone and they just go. This film that recently came out, Adolescent, some of us have watched it, and my heart's bled. And I'm like, my God, look at the parents looking at the boy, innocent boy, good boy, our good son, and all of that, not knowing this boy has a different life outside of the house. And other people know him to be something else, but the parents are still seeing this innocent teenager. And this has happened in so many homes, so many homes. So many. I remembered last year or the year before, I had this client who was in a very depressive state because of what the son had gone on to do on social media. And this one we're talking about is in the early 20s. And the boy is claiming that he didn't know. In this 21st century, you know that these things you're doing, and then the person is a minor pretending not to be a minor, and all sorts escalated from there to the point that the parent, she couldn't sleep. All sorts is happening there, but we all will not just keep quiet and say, well, because it's not come home yet, may it not come to our doorsteps in Jesus' name. That's my prayer. But then we cannot afford to be quiet. We can't. I see people's comment in there. The series Adolescent was predicted on a UK radio show over 15 years ago. Can you imagine? And it's here. It's already here. These things, it seems like it's far away. In fact, maybe my 5-year thinking is still far away. Another couple of years, I don't know where this world would be. God helping us, this social media. Yeah, you should go and see it. Honestly, you should go and see it. You'll be, in fact, I became more humbled. And then when my boys come from school and they're hugging, I will move them back and look. I say, is there anything you want to tell me? And they're looking. And these ones are looking. And that's why one of the things, I've always had this mindset. I hated boarding schools because I just felt my parents didn't know who I was. And me and my husband, sometimes we had that issue when our boys were growing. Like, I said, I don't want my children in boarding school. I want to know them. I've got 4 of them. Now I can tell you categorically who does what, who is this, which one is that. If something happened, I said, no, this person did this. I want to know these children. Even as well, sometimes they'll look at you, think let alone you go and dump them in one. But I'm not saying boarding school, I'm not against it, but this is my own belief. Whatever you believe that this thing, you might not just be able to handle the effect of it, then control it as much as possible, because there's so many things going on out there. Even if your child is right in your nose 24/7, hey, they will still do something. Is it not the phone? Is it not the iPad? Is it not the laptop? Even their parent control whatever on there. These children know how to bypass certain things. When they teach you how to use your iPad you're carrying about, your mobile phone you're carrying about, even you would think they work with Apple or they work with a Samsung. I know. So it's God will have to help us, really. Debbie, you're welcome. I hope your day has been good. We're talking about following the crowd. Or what good has it produced, really? Is it good to follow the crowd? What kind of crowd should people even follow if you must? And so many aspects of it. So I don't know what has come to mind as you've heard one or two of us speak. So the floor
Elder Debbie, welcome, madam.
Elder. Let's welcome her.
Wow, this one.
Amen.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Madam. Elder Benga, I greet you.
Boarding. No.
Honestly, I greet everyone in the box. Okay, my lady, I just built in. I don't know what we are talking about. I just follow.
Yeah, we're following the crowd. That was, I just gave you a brief about it. Does anything great comes from following the crowd is my question after the talk. We look at why people follow the crowd. Maybe they feel insecure, they can't stand alone, they don't have critical thinking faculty or whatever, and they follow the crowd because the crowd, there seems to be happening, let me follow the crowd. But we all know that there are consequences when you follow the crowd, especially the one with the negative mindset. And then we looked at benefits of following the crowd, because it's not all that bad, but we know majorly from life experiences, from observations in the society and all of that, we know that, following the crowd really is not the ideal thing. And the following the crowd can manipulate people, can control people. They can't think for themselves. Is what the group wants or the crowd wants, you must do, and all of that, and you lose who you are as a person. So we've looked at different angles to it, but what is your take? Or you could have an experience where maybe once upon a time you followed this crowd because they were happening and it didn't happen for you. I don't know. So please share with us.
Okay. I think when it comes to following the crowd is in two ways. So I'll say, if we say in if I say in two contexts, I mean, like, there is following the crowd that leads to greatness based on the crowd you follow. There is following the crowd that leads to destruction. The ones that lead to destruction, I can't really say much about it because I don't really have experience. I am not that person that follow anybody. I do my thing because I want to do it. If I don't want to do it, no matter what you say, if you like preach, if you like stay on my head and sing and beat the drum, it doesn't move me from anywhere. That's me. That's my kind of person. Now, I said there's two things that came to my mind. When it comes to following the crowd that leads to greatness, we are talking about you want to do something great, you want to change a line of career, you want to start a business, you want to start something. You go look at people that have done it before, people that have gone through that path, people that have experienced it both physically and come out with results. You listen to them, you learn from them, you learn what their mistakes are, what they will never do again, what they would have done better. You apply it, you follow it, and you can come out better. You see, the one that leads to destruction. God bless you, Mr. Leslie. I was about to say that. That's why I'm going forward now. He already finished the sentence of the one that leads to greatness for me. God bless you, sir. There are very few.
Yeah.
There are very few. And that's because it's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. It takes a lot of discipline, principles, prayer, and all sorts. You see, the one that follows the crowd to destruction. To be honest, a lot of people, number one, is based on background or bringing, have a lot to do with it, because a lot of people don't have a mind of their own. And it starts from the beginning of their life. They don't have a mind of their own. I'll use my field of work as an example. We were doing a case study for Bright early this year, and we're trying to see color charts, and I could see that everybody wore almost the same color. When I say almost the same color, I mean if it's blue, you will see 10 blue in the same month. What am I trying to say is, the reason people wear what they are wearing is because one celebrity have worn it and everybody are following. Either it suits them, either it doesn't suit them, either it work for them or doesn't work for them, they
See
will follow.
consequential.
Rarely will you meet, especially our color, a person that in my field of work that will say, oh, I want this, just create something that will work for my body. No, they will always do something that they see on somebody else, that work for somebody. Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
At least that will give you vision of, oh, what it can look like, but make it unique. Now the problem with our younger ones now is everybody, they want this immediate gratification. There is this what is it called, push for immediate gratification, so much so that they don't mind putting anything on social media just to get likes, to get follows, to get comments, to get seen. And everybody wants to do the same thing. If you ask them, what's your future plan? If you put or if you wrap a paper for all of them, you out of 10, 7 will pick the same thing.
I want to be a skit maker.
7 will pick the same thing. And I don't know, like I said, upbringing have a lot to do
Yeah.
with it, but at the same time you can't really like the Bible says, children are arrows. You can't really do much when they get to a certain age, but what you have built in them
Yeah.
from the beginning can help.
Yeah.
So I think parents have a lot to do when it comes to this thing, but for the ones that the parents can't do much about it, I think it's only prayer we can do, because at the end of the day, I would say I've never had any reason to follow the crowd. Not because I don't want to be honest. Let me be
I
sincere
was
now. It's
gonna
not
say
because I
that
don't
they're
want to.
there, oh, but you've
No,
chosen not to follow
it's
them.
not because I don't want to. It's because I know where I'm coming from. By the time I get back home, and it's my excuse is not matching each other and everything. If A is slapping me from the back, B is slapping me from the front, by the time I finish, my head will be correct. So there is no allowance for it. So I can't explain it. I know. Does that mean I've never thought about it? Does that mean, I've never looked at somebody else's life and I'm like, let me try what this person did. That's why I said there are some following the crowd that is good if it's for good.
Yeah.
But in most cases, a lot of people don't know what they follow.
At
They
all.
just see something is trendy. The like I'm sorry to say, like, what is it called? I was having conversation with my friends, which we were talking about weight loss, and I said nowadays women are using Ozempic a lot to lose weight and everything. At the end of the day, some of them end up looking sick and something. It's working, I get it, but what's the side effect? And because somebody have used it and it worked, now everybody is using it, either poor or old. The rich one
Vincent.
that's using it, the rich one using it, if anything happen, they have their doctor that they can easily call, and they have money for whatever. But the poor that are using it, when the side effect starts, are you sure? That's why I say there are some following the crowd that does not make sense. Even adults. See, it's not just the Gen Zs, it's not just the
No,
new,
no. We said
it's,
it
it's
as
not just
well.
them. It's
Yeah.
not just them that are doing it. Oh.
People my age, people older. I know.
So even people older, they just want to be what the other person has been. It's not, they don't want to be their original self, they don't want to be their unique self. And it's because there is low self-esteem, there is no self-boost from home. So a lot of people don't even know themselves. A lot of people don't even know it's not just adults, it's peer pressure. Let's not put adults or children, it's peer pressure generally.
No, no, no. I think apart from adults too, they have their own peer pressure.
That's why I
Not
said
just, I'm telling you,
it's both adults and children peer pressure.
as long as you're human, whatever age category or
It's
whatever setting, there's always peer pressure. Whether
yeah.
you not allow it to get to you and you conform is a
That's
different thing.
that is where your self-discipline comes in.
Yeah, yeah.
If I see anything trendy now, before I even invest my time in following it or anything, I will go and look about it. I will go and read about it. I want to know. As much as I love skincare, if I see any, I don't fall. That's why it's not my thing. So I can't really say much about it. I've not experienced it. I can't say this is what I did it and this is the repercussion. I've never done it. I don't know. It's not because I don't want to, but like I said, my upbringing does not allow me. One ori apa. You can translate it for the one that don't understand.
they will beat the thing out of
Because
you. Okay,
because
divine.
at the end of the day, what's the gain of what's the gain? What is the gain? And it's in all area of our lives. So some people, even in career, they don't even know what they want to do. They just do what everybody is doing. Some people are getting married today because their friends are getting married. It's not because they are ripe enough. It's not because they
Don't
can
even
afford
have a
marriage.
clue.
It's not because they are old. See, they might be old enough in number, but it's not because they are mature enough. It's not because
Yeah.
they have a clue of anything, but because everybody is getting married, they want to get married. So everybody just need to know themselves, know yourself, know your worth, be disciplined enough to look away.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot of discipline not to follow the
Be
crowd.
disciplined enough to look away. Rejoice with the one that is rejoicing while they are rejoicing. You don't know the end of the whatever they are doing, but rejoice with them while they are doing it. If you can't afford it, please
Ah,
do what you can do.
yeah.
So it's both children and adults. It's just that nowadays, you see, the younger ones nowadays. Sometimes
See,
I look
it's
at them.
obvious, yeah, with the younger
The
ones,
only
it's
thing I do
obvious.
is I just pray for this generation because I'm like, ah, these are supposed to be the future of tomorrow. I don't understand what's going on. It's looking blurry. The future is looking blurry. But I pray God will help us. So I think in conclusion, to avoid it, be disciplined enough, know yourself, develop your self-esteem. That way you can look away from it. It can following back to why I start. Following the crowd can lead to success, depend on the crowd you follow. It can lead to destruction, depend on the crowd you follow.
I guess. Yeah.
I rest my case.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Because, like I said, we touch even in my talk, I had to balance that. We're not condemning it altogether, but there are things you need to consider. Just like Debbie has rounded up, you have to consider this crowd. Is it going to be beneficial to you? Do they have the same values as you? Because there's no point carrying your values and go trying to lump it up with the crowd. It won't work. Rather, they will overshadow you, and before you know, you're conforming to their way of life, and you've neglected your values, your principle as a person, and you don't want that really. So where does that leave you as a person? So thank you, Divine. You said you wanted to add one or two. Please feel free to do that.
I wanted to say, I think I came back to TikTok fully to start seeing what I can do again because I started TikTok 2020,
Okay.
2020, no, 2019. And back then it was different. TikTok was just for fun and for people selling stuff, not for so many dramas.
Oh my goodness.
And it didn't take me going into somebody to go and do tap 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 to get. I had 9,000 likes, 9,000 followers in less than 3 months, and I didn't know what to do with the crowd because, of course, I just post videos of me doing nonsense, and then I get likes and all that. Anyway, so last week I joined a ladies' live, and she was talking about DBS, and somebody else was talking about DBS, and I was curious because it was my first
DBS.
time. Yeah, it
One
was.
thing I know as DBS might be different from what. So, do you care to explain that DBS? Because it's something else I'm thinking of.
Is the Digital Boss Academy or something?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the lady was talking about DBS, and then another live, they were talking about DBS, and there's this content creator. She was talking about DBS as well. And there were so many people on the live, and then I went to the one that had lower crowd so I can speak, and she started explaining that it's a course. You will study it. It teaches you how to make passive income. It teaches you this, that, that. If you buy the course, she would mentor you, and she just gave me vague explanation. She tried her best, but you expect me to give you 200, was it 260 pounds for a course that I don't know jack about. And so I just discovered so many Nigerian people were buying and reselling. It became like a Ponzi scheme. So the purpose of which the person who created that course, Nigerians, they weren't using it the way the person wanted them to use. It was a platform. You're supposed to market your product in the platform. You're supposed to sell stuff. You're supposed to sell yourself in the platform, not selling the course. It was like I buy, I resell, I add my own what's it called, profit. So I asked the lady. I said, because I've been going on several live, and all I hear is buy the DBS. You will not regret it. And so many people were
Digital
buying.
marketing
Exactly.
strategy.
And so many people were saying, "Oh, I bought it. I didn't sell anything. Oh, this one."
They would remove such a person from their box, really.
I bought, I didn't sell anything. And I'm like, that is not the reason why you buy the course. You buy the course, you study it, and you walk inside and make your people just want quick money.
Yeah, fast
So
money.
everybody was just running in. They heard DBS, oh, this, and there are a lot of people scamming people out there with this course. Everybody is doing DBS. The crowd. I had to reset my
Well,
explore.
if you love money too much, that is the kind of trap crowd you find yourself in if you're not careful.
I had to reset my timeline. I didn't want, because if I just scroll DBS, I scroll DBS. I'm like, no, I don't want this. I don't want to be in this algorithm. Just take me out of this. Because it's ridiculous. Our youth are now out there, instead of working hard to make money, they just want to buy something and resell, which is rubbish.
Everybody cannot do the same thing. I
That,
mean,
that's why when Debbie said everybody wanted, my mind just went straight to that thing. Everybody wants to do the same thing. Nobody wants to be unique. Everybody is mediocre. Just you see what's happening here. Oh, she's making this. I want to do it too. Even if it's not your calling, you want to be there.
wow, wow.
Our youth need to do better. And this whole thing is embarrassing because most of the people doing this DBS nonsense is Nigerians. And the person who created this thing, she's American. If I go to any American platform talking about DBS, they are teaching you online.
No, it's a different. You'll be wondering, is it the same thing they're talking about?
They're
Yeah.
teaching you. But Nigerians are out there saying, buy, come on. I'm telling you now, if you buy, nobody will tell you, oh, no, but me, I'm making this money. Oh, me, I'm
Thank you for that. I want to believe people are there listening. We need to be careful. Even on social media, you want to. Sometimes I might just be a bit less busy and I'm scrolling the TikTok. I say, okay, let me go and see any of my community person that is online to support and all. And then sometimes I scroll, I don't really go into the box. I just want to hear what's happening here. And by the time I scroll like 4, 5, my heart bleeds. I'm like, somebody would take their time out of the 24 hours a day God has given them. And this is what they're sitting to talk. And sometimes they're there for hours. They are there for hours. And I'm like, and you see the way people trooping in. I'm like, what is happening? Or maybe I didn't get the memo, or I don't know. Sometimes I just end up shutting TikTok altogether and walking away. When I look for my own people that I can't find them, I'm like, rather me join. No, no, no. There was a particular one, people were just trooping in, coming in. Everybody wanted to come to the box. Bring me up, bring me up. I'm like, this must be fun. Let me stay in there. Let me hear. At the end of the day, I'm like, one, I've wasted 5 minutes of my life, which I will never get back. But it's just for me to know what exactly is going on the streets of TikTok. Mrs. Williams, thank you so much to that woman. God bless her. One of the things she told me when I decided to be so active here, she said, for me, Whatever you're looking for on TikTok, you will find. If you're looking for the people twerking, they're boku for there. If you're looking for the intelligent ones doing intelligent things, they're also there. But you find out that the people doing intelligent things, things that will better your life, they never have that crowd. What does that tell you? Following the crowd has consequences. What does it tell you? That is my own way of thinking. I don't know if I'm wrong. And again, coming back to this, our young people, because Divine, you mentioned that people coming online to beg. I can't begin to tell you how many messages I receive on my DM. Please, in fact, some will even put a video like they're suffering within me straight away. I know this person is a lie. Some have said they're building church, all sorts come. But if you keep following, my own is what I know that I've offered is counseling. Because normally I will refer you, go to my website, book appointment, let's talk. But I'm like, I'm here on a capacity of assignment from God. How else can I, do this better? My DM is open. If you want to talk, let's talk about things. Let's reason together. Because there is no problem without a solution. Whether you're now with the right people, not crowd now, to help you find solution is a different thing. I've been on the phone with someone I met here on TikTok for almost 2.5 hours till early hours of the morning. I had to go and be begging my husband later. But the person was in tears, crying and, offloading and things like that. I felt fulfilled that even if it's for that one person I've come onto TikTok, at least I was able to connect with them. And before they dropped, and I give glory to God, I hear them smile. That is, if it's for that one person, I feel fulfilled. I will not come here and be talking. That's why I always, in fact, I take permission in case you don't know. I'm like, my dear husband, I'm here doing this. I will have to share my life experience. I share life experiences. Some people who are regular here, you probably know my life story, almost all of it by now. I do, because this is the only way. What has given me the, let me not say audacity to come here and be talking these talks. Been there, done that, at least to my level. Guys, I'm not hiding. Next year, by the grace of God, I'm going to be 50 years old. People don't know. Even me, I don't feel it. But I know when God said it's time to do this, I said, God, who am I to even qualify I can do this? And He gave me the reasons. Like I said to people who care to listen, my third book, between the second book and the third book, it took almost 12 years. God said it's not now. I know, yeah, well, you might be shocked, yeah. God said not now, because I had to go through certain things that I need to put in that book. So what am I saying? My husband sometimes will say, you don't have friends. I say, I have friends, reasonable, good friends. I don't just keep anyone for keeping sake, because I'm careful. When you know who you are, you know your self-worth, you know who God has called you to be, you will be careful not to follow the crowd. I tell you, in fact, maybe if I can put it this way, the crowd that I follow, there are three. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. They are my crowd. Yes, they are my crowd. That is my own crowd, because they will never mislead me. So I get it, Debbie, when you say maybe your upbringing. My upbringing, I grew up in isolation, more like, even though I was in a crowd. So I'm used to it. When everybody's trooping, I know to stand back and look. No, this is not for me. Forget it. If I go inside a crowd, then that means I've, by myself, use my hand to do myself, if I can say it that way. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not here for a crowd. One person at a time. Because if you touch one person, I believe strongly that is a generation you have touched. And that generation will go out and produce a better one out there. We all cannot come on TikTok and do the same thing. Shake body, shake this, da. Then who does the right thing? I don't know. Debbie, they feel me? Because
I said that's what we are doing though. Don't see, Lady Divine, you are right. Oh, if you go on American or algorithm or other country, or what do they call algorithm? You should that know. If you go on
I was wondering what you were saying.
if you go on the
Algorithm.
algorithm,
It's the
yeah, you
algorithm.
realize that they talk about money, They talk about how to do
How to make it fast.
business. They teach about a lot of things. They talk about histories. You see, if you come on African, hey,
Platforms. When you get pregnant, the problem with the papa DNA, you need to know the way to window.
you dey-
Adasa. See your Adasa.
that's
Come
what
online, come online, come
that's
online,
what we
come
talk
online.
about.
I don't know why she.
And that's what they are calling you.
A man is a woman, three children, one man, no DNA. You cannot trust women. Women, he have five boyfriends. He go.
But that's what they talk about.
Oh, I just put Dara for you. You can continue your conversation.
That's what our people talk about. The
Once
only
you put up money, they will disappear. Shiro.
once you come about anything about business, anything about career, you will not see crowd.
He builds his house. You not put my name. My wife make money.
That's what they talk about.
Overwork shift. There's no love. A man is a
It's
leader.
about
A woman
marriage.
is a leader.
It's about relationship. It's about COS.
No, wait now, but we talk about marriage here on Thursdays.
No, Lady Fumi, we don't talk about marriage the way they talk
No,
about
no, no,
marriage.
no, no. That's what I'm saying.
We-
The content is now the thing.
You don't understand. Do you know how many people we have here? We rarely have 20 people when we are
course.
talking about real most times. If you go on these people's page, I'm talking about thousands of people.
I know.
And what they're talking about is, oh, he impregnates me and left me, and now he wants to come back. And they will look at a trending topic. Our people will look at a trending topic, and that's
Debbie,
what they will discuss.
all of them,
Dr. Alabi's daughter
all of
got
them
married.
have the same
They
topic.
say, ah,
That day, the whole day.
God will
All of
bless you,
them
Lady
have the same
Divine.
topic.
It's
As
are
if
now these are
they went
adults. Oh.
for a
I'm talking
meeting.
about adults.
Of course, it will be your dog.
I'm talking about
It will
adults,
be.
people's mothers, people's
Hey,
fathers.
Lord have mercy.
These are adults. Oh. That's what they talk about in our own kidney. It's all about that. It's all about that. There's nothing you can't say. Oh, you went on. I will say. To be honest, this is not because I'm seeing your face, Lady Fumi. Adasa is always surprised that I'm always on your live. It's not because of anything. If one day I have come here and what you are talking about is my husband, he now do this. You see that woman? You wouldn't have seen you by now. I would have blocked you left and right.
Oh my God.
It's because my timing is, see, I just finished work and I'm tired. So every week, at the end of the week, I always say that, what did you do this week? What did you do this week? I ask myself, what did you do this week? If at the end of the day, I put everything together, the only place I go to play on TikTok, is If It's Life. That's the only place I go, and we can play. I know that is to relieve stress for the week, and I only go Saturday evening or Sunday evening when I'm not doing anything. That's for me. That's my own free time. But every other day, I will just pass by. Hey, let's go do and he must do the DNA. Mohbad case. This and that. Pastor did party. The member did not attend. Pastor has
But let me even ask you, Debbie. At the end of the day, what is the moral of that talk, of the show, of
That's the same problem. That is the problem. That's why I said we can never get it. That they get it. They know what they are trying to get. It's just for, I don't know if it's for the likes, I don't know. But as long as they get it, I don't know. It's just that it's getting to a stage where it's more or less like we are bringing no value to the world. Because to me, I don't know. That's how I see it.
I entered
The whole of
Because
last week.
yeah. Well, you know the way maybe Leslie's here now, and you're on TikTok, and you just find out, where is Leslie? Let me go there, kind of a thing. So this person used to come to Insight as well, and I say, anytime you're doing your live or whatever. So they didn't tell me. I just went and followed them. So when I got to the live, all I'm hearing is, the person, the host talking like, you people, you can't come into the box. You must give me me. You must give me friendship, something. So if you don't, what's the point? I can't bring you.
Yeah.
And she went on and on and on. I said, I will teach you. You think I'll be here for fun, sweating this? And I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, they are teaching them how to use TikTok, how to make money on TikTok. Those are the topics our people talk about. Oh,
Even the person I follow there,
it's
I just said, sis, I just said to say hello and all. I had to leave because it was irritating my spirit. And I'm like, seriously, why would I sit here for hours and hours to be hearing this? And the person was
you
frowning
can't
like she
understand.
had issues with somebody already. I don't even understand.
So all the life that involves Nigerians is how to make money. How to make money on TikTok.
Debbie, start collecting
Lady Divine,
offering.
How
No,
it's
to
not
start
make
only
money on
collecting
TikTok.
offering now.
it's not only about how to make money. Oh. It's about marriage. Marriage is actually the major
Yes,
one.
those
It's the younger
there was a
it's the
man.
younger ones that do the it's the younger ones that do the making
Not
money part.
most adults are there. Oh,
No,
older
not
people are
only,
doing the
oh.
money. Oh. Eh?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Wow. And that's when should we start offering TikTok?
It's just sad. You know, this thing, it sounds funny.
It's
Yeah,
actually
and
sad.
it's becoming the norm. And that's where it's even more scary and sad.
Somebody will get married. The person that got married does not even understand if you does not even know if you exist or not. You will set camera and ring lights. You will say, you see the way the father of the daughter dance on the day. It's not supposed to sound that way. The dance is not from her heart.
What is people's business with that? Really?
But that's
Anyway, let me
oh
not
God.
talk. Let me drink
There
water
was
to
a
calm down.
throughout last year. It was Moses Bliss wedding. There is topic for it till Vicky James won. After Vicky James won, there's
Natalia
another one.
Bassi,
Once
message me
eh,
one thing, and that's what we
topics
say,
that
that
does not have anything
all
to
the
do with
things that
you.
are not valuable is what is trending. It's what is out there, and that's why it's on you and I to make that difference. I don't know. That's why I always make sure. In fact, yesterday throughout, even today, I'm off work today. What I've been doing is downloading, uploading on YouTube, on everywhere, because I know people may have missed our talks and all. And I just have to push myself to keep uploading, downloading, deleting, and all of that. Because I know not everybody will be. I said, so let's just put it out there on the social media. At least somebody will make mistake and come there to want to see and learn. Because marriage, like for me, like as I say to anyone that listens, I am passionate about marriage, and I see it the way I believe God sees it. And then when there are issues and divorce, it does, I don't know what it does to me, because I'm like, it's that they don't understand God's intention about marriage. And apart from being a marriage counselor or whatever, I mean, just look at it. Why would God create that institution if He knows it won't work? It's like God sending His Son. If Jesus came to earth and started enjoying life and going on TikTok and say, Father, I don't think I want to die for these people. I want to enjoy life. What will become of us, really? When we don't understand something, there's bound to be an abuse of it. And I'm seeing people's marriage break down. And I'm like, God, you have put this burden on my heart. How far can I help? Because if I'm doing counseling, is one, two couple or a couple at a time. There's only so much I could do. I shared here before that Insight I thought was going to be a TV talk show, but God said no, bring it here. I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to start like next. I mean, this Thursday, like I said, will be 1 year on Insight. I can't even believe it's 1 year already. And am I tired? Of course not. In fact, it's even drawing me more to people, because sometimes when I finish here, like I always share with us, the calls or the messages I receive, that is the after thing for me is the thing. Because somehow people do reach out. I've talked with them, prayed with them, tell them, even if you're not a believer, call, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about these things. There has to be a way out. But how many people, because when I sit down, these are things I reflect about. If I go on anyone's live and I stay there for 30 minutes, there must be something that has drawn me there. because I've got values, I've got principles. Do we all think this way? Or maybe it's just me. I'm not saying I'm the best human, but I wouldn't want to waste my time. Maybe that's how I'd rather lie down on my bed and meditate or sleep than to go somewhere they'll be grieving your spirit. Don't even get me started. Some platforms, you see people coming trooping there and they start bashing God. There is no God. I say, hey, may God not silence some people suddenly. I've seen a lot here, but we all cannot sit
They are bashing God. That's a small one. If you've not seen anything.
No, no, I stay away. I don't want anything to grieve my spirit, honestly. Because it will take me hours of worship to get myself back. So I say on FY, if it attracts me and I come in. Sometimes I don't even know the person, but I love what they're doing. I go there and support and say one or two things, and off I go. So you can imagine. In fact, most times people like that I don't even know. Sometimes they're not even my friend. Once they see me come back again, immediately, in fact, before I land, they want me to come into the box. If I had no value to their first time or the first time they met me, I don't think they'll bring me back, so to say. So I'm challenging us here in our community here. If we must go on the streets of TikTok, let's be mindful where we go to, what we influence, and the things we also put out there. I say you want to dance, I would dance my Jesus way. I love to sing. You see some postings I'm going to be posting. I love to dance, I love to sing. But I would not, I tell you one thing, Debbie, maybe that was why I was reaching out to you. I wanted to make this dress. So I have a tailor in Nigeria, of course, a designer, she designs. And then I say I will look for what I'm seeing in my head. If I can't draw it to send to her, I say I'll find something online too. And I kept looking and looking. I almost went blind. At the end of the day, time was going because to sew, to transport it and all of that. I say, hey, and I said to her, you to look for, at least I've tried to, explain what I'm saying in my head. You to look for, maybe two of us looking for, will find something. But all of the pictures is just boobs out, boobs. I say, apart from me being a Christian, a pastor's wife or what, I can't do that.
You
So
don't know
let's just pick
fashion.
one. Pick one and cover the boobs. Serious.
You don't
Shike
know
now.
fashion.
Yeah, because I don't want to go somewhere I'll be feeling uncomfortable and be dragging and be doing. Why? Why do I want to put myself in that? But you see, major, even me, I say, oh my goodness, I should have brought my sunglasses coming to this event if I had known it was going to be like this. My mates, people that I know, even people older than me, it's all out. I went
Not
to one
because
and I nearly, from my table, guys,
everybody wants to
I
wear
nearly did
corsets.
this.
You don't know.
I nearly did this to. I said, oh, it's none of my
It's
business.
corset that opens the dress.
I don't understand. We want the next generation to be better, but we're not showing good examples. I mean, these things they're even logical. You can think about it, but it's like nobody cares. No more discipline, no more good morals, good values being passed to the next generation. Sometimes it's even hard when you want to correct the next generation. They will point to my generation, and I'm so ashamed. I can't even talk because of the things they are also putting out there. It's appalling, it's disgraceful. And they say, go and sort your generation first before you come and be correcting my generation. What else can I say? Because I'm just one in the crowd that I know. I mean, everybody has a community. So these things can be hard. But will I give up? No. Would I say, because I can't find any dress that will cover me too, let me open and join them? No. I'm a child of God. My body is a temple of Christ. I can't, let me not start preaching to us here, but you get my drift. I remember some time ago, this person, the time they will tell them to lead, that's when they'll wear some awkward dresses. And
But
I'm like, why? You will
to be
stand in
honest,
front of a whole church to lead people. Why would you put this on? Normal day, you cover yourself, you do this, but the day you're leading, you now wear this see-through or you wear, I'm like, is this person possessed? What can they see? And then it's like, I'm nagging too much. Of course, I was coordinating at the time. And then all of a sudden, they said they were not doing choir again. All of a sudden, they don't even want to come to church anymore. Just because. And I'm like, no, something is wrong. If you I am trendy, even if nobody tells, I can be, I am trend, not I can be, I am trendy, I am this. There's so many places I found myself, the youth, like, they admire the way I dress. I said, do you see my boobs out? They say no. Do you like what you see? They say yes. Can't you dress this way? They say, they'll be laughing. I said, no, it's not a laughing matter. I love trend. I love fashion. I love that. But no, the thing now where I now start doing this where I'm not be, why do I torture myself? Why do you torture yourself? The dress you know is this, and you not get her, you're not feeling, you start be pulling it to be longer. Like that material will just appear from nowhere. Why? These are things that, I mean, thank God for my culture. Thank God for the days of Iro and Buba. I don't think I've ever seen any Iro and Buba that will expose anything. Maybe we should go back to the drawing board in terms of this fashion. I don't know. Because
Yeah,
sometimes you
when
see,
it comes to fashion, it's not our fault. Oh.
whose
It's,
fault?
it's individual. Like I said earlier, as long as a celebrity wore it, everybody wants to look like that person.
That is the wrong crowd we're talking about to be following. They will not see that celebrity that covered up and is trendy. Oh. They will not see that one.
There is fashion, there is fashion, there is different kind of fashion. We have, in my company, we have customers that are pastor's wife, pastor, lady pastor, and all that, that they don't need to open. They still look good. They don't have to open. They still look good. But I don't. The thing is this thing is deeper than we are even. Is deeper than we are seeing it on the surface.
I think there are issues. There are underground issues that
Because
happen.
some people are even covered, but their character, it is
I
well.
mean, God will help.
That's another one. So some people they are covered. They don't even apply makeup. Even the one this wig on your head self is not. She's a
Hey!
sinner. Yes, with your wig and your makeup, you are not holy
Wow.
to them.
It's amazing.
Yes, but inside their behavior. But do you understand?
Adasa.
So it's but it's true. If you put touchlight in their behavior, so it's kind of deeper than what we are.
Again.
It's deeper than what we are looking at.
Mm.
It's deeper than it. Be known to all men.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why I said it actually starts from foundation.
I want to give an
Was it not which they were
example.
discussing this? And I said we used to
Yeah,
have
let's
we
see
have
your
church.
continue.
Okay, okay. The way you are talking, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You see the way you are saying you are going about this fashion thing, yeah? I told you, I grew up in a Christian home. I am still a Christian.
Okay.
This thing happened to the extent that when customer comes to sew and they pick a particular style, breast is opening, the dress is short to the extent that you can see the cheek of their bum, as in bum shorts and whatever. Hot pants is not bum shorts. Hot pants can show. That's why I said hot pants. And she's a minister. I'm a minister. Oh yeah, I will. When you try to advise them, your body is the temple of God. We lost customers. Oh. It's part of the reason we lost business. Yes, it's part of the reason we lost business, because they would rather go to where they can be comfortable. So we mix business. We mix business.
Let me bring that up.
We mix business and what's it called? We mix business and real life together. When they say they want slits in a dress, they will tell you where they want it. We'll measure them to where they want it. But when we want to sew it, as a Christian that we are, we will lower it.
They'll come and fight you.
What? No, the customer will stand on your neck. You have to lose the whole dress down and cut that slit. Did they not pay you?
Normally, I don't dress. The client don't want any liner. They just want the lace and their body on.
Yeah, so
I'm saying no. It's not like I'm my night. Now, bring your hands forward. Bring it.
now what we've learned is you want to pray for, so you want to preach salvation to them. You'll be praying on their dresses.
The courses I went to do for me to be able to do those jobs.
It's not easy, but
What about Josephine Joseph?
yeah.
You won't sew for them?
Imagine Josephine Joseph call us that they want to sew.
Which one is Josephine Joseph?
Eh? Josephine Joseph that want to make a dress. You don't understand? They them.
Oh, I get you. I finished the breast cup.
When they say they want to sew and they want us to oh God. Do you understand?
You know, it was one of the challenge for me as a counselor as well. And like I always passionate about marriage and stuff. Those were the questions I said, Lord, hey, if these people walk through my doors, what would happen? Because I cannot be telling, you know, how to better their marriage. I said, Lord, if not for my supervisor said, don't worry, they won't even come to your doorstep.
You know, it's as funny as you must not have emotion. Your expression, your facial expression must be normal. You need to, if you see, sometimes I leave Adasa with them to do the consultation because I can't even find
Wow.
What can you do? They will sue the company.
I know.
If they will put you in trouble for no reason.
The advantages that we have is that we study, free the problem.
That's the thing.
We study our kids in real life, and when they started coming, they will ask you, I'm a Josephine Joseph, do you work with people like that?
You know what's funny? Before they ask you if you work with them, they will say, oh, I normally see Jesus on your page.
Yes.
Are you sure you can work with people like us?
They will be looking at your page as well. Can you imagine?
What are you talking about?
I don't understand this. After rest, it's blood of Jesus that I have left. If you sue me now.
So it's a bit somehow. It's deeper that we are seeing this thing.
They will ask me. I've been seeing you say you Christian, right? Because all your page says God help, God back. I'm like, can you work with? I'm like, brah,
I can work because if you say no, and they put one review on your.
It's not a review. There's always recording when they.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
Wow. So where do we go from here? Because these are things we're talking about now. We're talking about it because it's an issue. It's here to stay. But how do we handle it? How do we manage it such that we don't forget our values, our virtues, and just go along with the crowd?
We can always hold on to our belief and pray for them while you work with. The thing is, you can't say no to them.
No.
You think you can say no?
There's a way you do business, you can't say no. There's nothing like you can't say no.
Yeah, it's the way you will say it, such that they don't give meaning to it more than it is. Because
Yes. I think
sometimes they want to make trouble.
in the faith, one of the problem we Christians have is we are very judgmental and we don't know how to move around things. We are very stiff. The Bible said Jesus went to the tax masters to eat. That does not mean that he's also, when he went there, the conversation made that man return the money back. Nobody asked him. He chose to. The problem with Christians is we don't even want to move around them, not because of their safety, but because we don't want that name rubbed on us. This holier than thou and better than you nonsense that I'm sorry, I'm also a Christian, so I'm sorry. That's the way we are. Not all, I agree. Some of us, because when people see me, the first thing they say to me is, oh, once you get closer to me, you will know that I'm a rigid fire thunder kind of Christian. You can't convert me. Already, this way that my father has shown me that this is Jesus, so he didn't tell me, he didn't preach, he gave me the Bible and tell me, read it to your understanding, let the Holy Spirit help you. And there are some things about me and my father don't agree on. The way you view it is different from the way I view it. The way his father and the Lord has shown it to him.
And I've seen his life in his 70s. I don't want it like that. I prefer it the way the Holy Spirit show it to me. Do you understand? So, what I realized that in the marketplace, a lot of Christians are falling behind because we don't know how to live
Yeah.
in the world. We are not of the world, but we are the salt. We don't even want to bring that salt to the world. We think that we want to hold that world and take it to heaven, but the salt is needed here. You don't need the salt in heaven. The salt is needed here. A lot of us, the way we dress, see, we have some clients that God opened the door for us. If me and Debbie were still the same people, unrefined, not understanding our Christ and how to move, we can never meet those people. Even if we fast and pray, we can never meet those people because why? I think it was last year I was telling Debbie, I woke up one day. So this is what my routine looked like. 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. I join a prayer. 7 a.m. to 6 to 7:30, I join another prayer. Then I do my own personal Bible reading. That is 8 o'clock. I'm at work. I get to work, I start my work. Then I listen to 2 different programs. It could be a Christian teaching. I've been doing that all my life. At the end of the day, one day I think I woke up and the Spirit of God said to me, study to show yourself approved is not only the word of God. You can be good with the word, but if you are bad in the marketplace, you will still fail. You know nothing about finances, marketing. You don't know about branding. You don't know how to satisfy your customer. You don't know about accounting. You don't know how to transfer money and buy things outside the country. You don't understand exchange rate. You don't understand fabric. You will make it to heaven. Our fathers did. Heaven is always home. Welcome for you. You will receive stars of gold and stars, but your children will still serve the devil. Why? Because the devil has the money, the finances, and the know-how. You are living in this world, but you are not in touch with anything. A lot of us have been abroad for years. Except the locality that we are living, we've never been anywhere else. We don't understand the community. We don't have any. Do you understand? I'm sorry. We are just in a small cubicle and we want God to use us. The Bible says Esther was prepared for a year, not in her uncle's house. She was taken from there to the palace. Sometimes it's not comfortable, but growth has its own sacrifices and you have to step in there. Then my pattern change. I do my prayer, then I study. I go for mentorship. I read about money, accounting, investment, how to multiply money, the value of goods. I begin to understand those rules. Is it tough? Yes, but you need to grow. Thank you, sir. You need to open your mind. Your mind is not only for Jesus. Jesus is the advantage, but you have to learn other things. You have an advantage, but you have nothing else for you to use that advantage for. See, when God started changing my life, I walk in the morning, and when I walk, you need to see me on my way going. I pray walk. Every land God has given to me. If you see me walking on Tower Bridge, you will think I want to own the water. But do you understand?
I do.
And it makes it difficult for us to connect because when intellectual people turn up at the studio and they start talking to us about a certain design, a fashion show, a Paris week, we know Siam. Nankara with a soul, they use Mommy Gio with a sofa. But when will you be able to take Christ to that part of the nation? When will you be able, and they are the ones that are given the laws and the rules of nations. You are not intellectually. If the Bible said that, do you see what Shadrach, Meshach, Daniel? Do you know the things they did for them to be in the palaces? And a lot of we sisters too. We are praying for kings. If God give you king, can you maintain him? Thank you for tonight. Yo, collect your
Wow. Dasa is always on fire. I don't know why she doesn't. Anyway, it's all good. If this is the only way we'll get a part of you, thank you so much. We are happy with it. I mean, you've said enough truth, more than enough in your submission, which I quite agree with. If only we can, because the truth is, when we go to church, it's for us to be edified and then go out into that marketplace to reach nations. The nations are not in your church. They're out there in the marketplace. They're out there in the world. That's why we have different skills. We have different professions. We have different career. Like if you go to my counseling setup now, I initially for so long I was just the only person of my there, and after I started seeing the mix. If you go there, my boss, she doesn't joke with me. In fact, the way she will hug me off of the floor, so and I wonder that, imagine me isolating myself from these people. I don't think I'll have this exposure. And they're really exposing me to the aspect that I might not be able to reach at the moment, even in my private practice or whatever. But what am I trying to say? Just like Adasa have said, instead of following the crowd that doesn't know their left from their right, you know who you are. You know the good values you stand by. Spread it. How will you spread it if you don't mix in there? But if you know you don't know yourself, you don't know your self-worth, you will get lost in that crowd. And that's where the danger is. So you need to know who you are and be strong in who you are, because you're going out there to influence people. And if you cannot manage to influence them, they would influence you back, whether positively or negatively, because there's a danger, there's a thin line there. If you don't know who you are, that crowd will tell you who you should be. And this is what we're trying to, talk about, open our mindset to. Where are you today? Where have you found yourself? Do you know who you are? Or the crowd will just come and take hold of you. Go this way, go that way, do this, don't do that. And then you're just gone. So we need to be grounded. Exactly. Thank you, Divine. Be grounded in who you are. Own yourself. The other time we talked about owning your identity. Who are you? So the crowd will just come and tell you, sit here, you sit. Stand, you stand. Run, run. You don't even know who you are. When they are running and you feel you should sit down and look at them run. Own who you are, because otherwise there is danger there. So I still have one or two people that have joined us, and when you look at the topic, you find out that we've gone to different. This topic is broad. It covers every aspect of life, so it's not like one particular thing or a particular scenario. It cuts across every aspect of our lives, in our career, in our spiritual walk. Even you don't follow the crowd, what is the Holy Spirit telling you to do? I've been in that a million and one times. Honestly, the Holy Spirit makes me shine, because I listen and I follow and I obey. And at the end, I say, hey, look at this is what I've become of me. And that over time, I grew stronger in that. So today, I know now. You cannot come and tell me something and the Holy Spirit have not told me, and you think I'll be running. I'm not ready to waste my energy. So you need to be you, your unique you. Thank you, Susan. So I have Mila for Christ and I have Susan. We want to hear from you before we round off tonight. Maybe I'll finish about 11 o'clock. Forget the puzzle for today, because this is really, really crucial. And I pray that people listen. I have it in front of me. Don't try me.
Don't bring it up. Don't even try.
We'll leave it.
Also, before you go, me, I want to say something though before I drop.
Yes. Oh, sorry, Leslie. I saw your right up there. Yeah. So please do, and then we'll go to Mila for Clive.
Yeah. So the point I wanted to make is this adult peer pressure, whether it's the young ones, or I feel it starts with the adults. And I was give an example. You see, like when one of my children was in primary school, they don't allow them to have mobile phone for a very good reason. But somehow, one or two children will have mobile phone. Ask me how those children got this mobile phone.
Hey, tell me.
Their parents.
Oh.
Their parents. Even though the school give the rule, clearly they should not bring mobile phone to the school. Yet some of the parents do. Why? Oh, they want the child to be ahead of the game. They want the child to be the one that to be the first to have mobile phone in the school. And you're thinking, but they've communicated clearly why the children should not have mobile phone. So when our son got to year 6 in primary school, there was like pressure for him to get mobile phone, and that they need to join WhatsApp group and other stuff. My wife and I, we told him, no, you don't need a mobile phone. We collect it from school every day. We know how to contact you. The time for mobile phone will come, but right now you don't need it. You don't need to be part of it. And it was very difficult because he was almost looking like he was the only one. But the day Wahala burst, the day something was leaked, he wasn't involved. And do you know that a lot of his classmates were like, wow, you're not going to know what we're dealing with. You're so lucky. You're so fortunate. I'm like, no, you're not lucky. It's because we had standards we set for him. And if your parents have done the same for you, you guys will not be in the mess you're in today. You will not be in the mess you're in today. So this is part where I was saying that. And I remember at that time, some of the parents were even trying to tell us, why haven't we given our son a mobile phone? What is wrong with us? And we're like, hey, when did we become, and they don't know that my wife and I were like, we've been through our own thing. Like we have learned to stand in fact, we're like, if the crowd want to go this way and that first not, we're like, no, because we're paid the price to do the things we are doing today. So there's no way you're going to buy us into it. And it's funny that when our son finished from primary school, they are the one that came and they awarded him one of the top awards. And even the parents came and said that we respect you guys. But I want to finish with this. Do you know that he was the only one from his school that went to another school completely out of the borough? In fact, when I went there, they were asking him to go and pick up something. They were saying that he's the only child from that school that went to this school completely out from the borough. He's the first one that's ever achieved that in that school. Wow. And it's not like he didn't set out to do it. It's just the way things were done. And what I'm saying is that sometimes the price to be unique, the price to be different is not an easy one. But if you stand by your convictions, I'm telling you, you will be blessed for it. You will be blessed for it. And I don't take any credit for it. I give God the thanks. He is now one of their top students. When he joined our school, he actually joined 6 weeks. In fact, he joined in the second half of the first year. He didn't do the first term with them because he was late. They couldn't get in school for him. But when he got in, and thankfully, because of Martha and I, we prepared him and said, look, God may have allowed you that you shouldn't go to school at this point in time. You are being prepared and you are being primed. Now the awards when he started getting awards, like, are you sure this one has not been going to school since they started secondary school? They kept telling us. They said, because the way he's coming in here, and we said, no, we've been preparing him. Don't worry, we've been preparing him. What am I saying is that the crowd, they have their own pressure. But when you have your convictions, when you know who you are, I'm telling you, eventually, what you are doing, people will come and start coming to you and say, thank you for standing us. Thank you for standing by your convictions. Thank you for standing by your convictions. Because it lets them know that, not everybody can be bought and sold. I want to rest with that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that live example. Like, it's hard, and I bet for your child as well, they'll feel left out. Everybody chatting on their thing, laughing. He sometimes will feel left out, and even if he dare ask, "Oh, what's going on?" they'll be like, "You don't, So I bet there's a pressure he had to face. But thank God for you, the parents. You've kind of alleviated that from the child. So well done to you. That's the whole essence of this topic today, I believe strongly. Stand by who you are. Do not follow the crowd, especially the crowd that will mislead and all of that. I'm coming to you, Mila, for Christ. I don't know how much understanding you have of the topic, but I want to believe so. If not, you can ask a question or whatever so that, we'll all be on the same page. Good evening. I hope you are good. Thanks for joining us today. Elder Mila, Pastor Mila, let's hear you. I hope you can speak where you are. You have to unmute. He's gone in the spirit again. Okay. Maybe what was it that he said it was on last time has not worn off. Okay, Susan, let me come to you. This is my dear sister. Thank you so much for joining us on Inside today. It's the first time I want to believe. If not, all the same, you're welcome. Susan, how are you? Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. I'm good, thank you. I'm just enjoying it. It was good.
Good to have you here. Is it your first time here?
Yes, it is.
Wow, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us today on Inside. So I don't know what your take is. At least you've heard quite a number of people speak. What is your take about this following the crowd? Do you think it's beneficial? Do you think it's dangerous? Do you think, maybe sometimes it's okay? Or what is your perspective about it?
Well, like what others have been saying, I've been scribbling some stuff.
Sorry, Divine. I thought maybe I'd seen you here. Maybe I'm wrong. So this one is for you, Divine. Thank you so much for joining us. My apologies. I really missed that. I'm sorry. Okay, please go ahead, Susan. Sorry.
Yeah, I've been listening to what everyone have been saying, and I've been scribbling out some stuff just to concord to what they've been saying. Standing out, for you to be unique is so expensive, but sometimes it's really, really worth it. Like the brother said before, for them to stand out with their children, maybe the child, and he was rewarded for that. So to me, I feel it's a 50-50 thing. You just need to weigh both options and see, but then not compromising as a child of God. So that's my own take about it for now. So others can speak, and then if there's anything, I will always scribble down.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're just about the last person, to give their submission today. I always start at 8 p.m. and this is almost 11, so you can imagine we've really exhausted this topic today. And I'm grateful the angles at which we went today, just to expand it more. And quite a number of people are always on the FY page listening. So I'm very intentional about what we give out there, because we want them to learn, reflect on things so that they can make the best decisions in their lives moving forward as well. So Mila, if you're not going to speak, or maybe I don't know what's the situation. Mila, are you there? If not, we're just going to round up. We have about 5 minutes or give you 3 minutes to talk. And if any other person is in the box, Adegbenga, are you there? Anybody wants to chip in 1 or 2 before we leave tonight? Please feel free. Otherwise, we can call it a night. Mila for Christ, are you there?
I guess it's in spirit.
He's always in the spirit, okay? In fact, you almost want to make me believe.
He's sleepy.
No, the other time, what was it? He said he got injection or something that was making him feel sleepy.
Oh, is it malaria he was dealing with? I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember I said he was dealing with something.
Yeah, well. But at least he's there giving us moral support, whichever way, so it's all good. Adegbenga, I don't know if you still want to add 1 or 2. Divine, if you want to add any more thing before we go. But all the same, thank you all so much. Queen Esther, I see you. I'm going to look for you and follow you right back. Thank you so much for the follow. And thank you for, oh wow, the tapping today. Amazing. 41.9K. Thank you all so much. We made an amazing tappings today. Good job. Well done. Queen Esther, I hope you're good. Guys, we'll just round up. I mean, we've done our bit. We've put the words out there as we go on in life, making decisions in our careers, in our society, wherever we find ourselves. Let's be mindful. Like we said, following the crowd, weigh it. Look at the pros and cons before you decide to follow the crowd if you must. However, do not get lost in that crowd, whether good or bad. Be your authentic self, know who you are, and you might just be the one to influence that crowd. Have you thought about that? But when you're not standing your grounds, you don't know your values, your core principles, and all of that, it's easy for the crowd to even change you as a person or change your mindset. Oh, thank you so much, Esther. Good to hear you're good. So we need to be mindful. Let's think about this. Let's parents, hey, especially parents, please, let's look out for our children, because all this background we keep talking about is the background we are giving these children now they're still with us growing up. What are we building in them? What are we putting in them in terms of values, morals, principles of life? We need to put the core positive values in our children, because this is what they will take out to that marketplace we're talking about. This is what they will take out to the world, either impact the world for good or for the better. Let me not say otherwise. My prayer is that God will continue to help us, strengthen us. Susan said it, Leslie said it, Debbie said it, everybody said it. It's sacrificial. It could be hard. Jesus did not find it funny. In fact, at some point when he was getting nearer to the time, he said, he wishes the couple passed over him. It wasn't easy. But then he quickly remembered the purpose for which he came. Lord, not my will, but yours be done. Sometimes we have to stand, no matter how hard or challenging it is, because God has made us unique and he wants us to affect each other uniquely, positively. And I'll leave us with that. for today. Until I come your way again on Thursday, by the grace of God. Remember, this Thursday is the 3rd of April. Insight will be 1. So
How are
hopefully
we celebrating?
I'll go and get some balloons and what have you just to celebrate. Don't worry, I'll still bring my topic. So
Don't do that. Oh.
you say what?
Don't do just balloon. Oh. Don't do just
What else do
balloon.
you want? You two, you maybe everybody be prepared to open your camera. Let's even see each other. For 1 year, you people did not even pity me to open your camera once. It's not fair. It's not fair.
I've not been here up to one
At
year.
least
Maybe
I've
the
been
other
telling you
ones.
about our anniversary on April 3rd. So come prepared, do your makeup
Yeah.
if you must, or wear your 90. As long as you shall open, let's see our beautiful and handsome faces. Don't leave me to it all the time now. Imagine me, I close my box now and I've been talking and talking. I don't think you people will keep coming back.
You are doing
I
an
hear you,
amazing
you
job.
open your
I will love to see
Thank
your
you. Me, I want
face.
to see your face. I would really love, in fact, if it's for that anniversary, please, I'm begging.
I think Oses, you're the one who's supposed to give us
I
access, so I don't know if we can do it.
I should give you what?
I think it's you that's meant to do the video access. I'm not sure how it works, but I think it's you that does the video access for our
No,
live.
no, no, no. It's you by yourself. When you come up, because you might not want to put your camera on where you are or whatever. So if
It's
you
not
click,
allowing me.
if oh, you don't have 1,000.
Okay, so it's the amount of followers I have then.
Okay, I think so. I think because these rules change from the last that I remember. If you don't have 1,000 followers, you can't open your camera.
I can open my
Yeah.
camera and I don't even have
Really?
500.
Really?
Yeah.
You see, Leslie. No. How many do you have? Divine.
Yeah, I think it has
Oh, it has
changed.
changed.
Yeah, you can open your camera. And that's how many do you have that you're able to open your
100,
camera? How many followers?
maybe 100. Susan, can you open your
About
camera?
300.
Oh, Susan, can you open your camera? Adegbenga, I don't know if he's still there or slept off. If you can open your camera, you don't have to. I'm just
Yes,
asking.
I can. I
Oh, you
can.
can.
Yeah.
How many followers do you have? I'm not dissing
About
anybody.
1,000 plus or thereabouts.
Okay, so we can't tell really. So, but if
Okay, I'll
How
find
many
out. I'll
followers
find
does
out.
Mr. Leslie have?
I don't
Leslie,
know.
how
Let
many?
me check.
Hello,
Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah, Adegbenga,
Oh
can you
wow,
open your
Elder, you have come
camera?
back from the France.
Adegbenga, can you open your camera? I'm not asking you to open, I'm just asking. Does it show
Yes,
the
I can
camera?
open. It will definitely show.
If it shows the camera icon, that means you can open it. But if it's not showing,
Mr. Leslie, how many followers do
Where
you
do we
have?
get the camera icon on here?
click
I have
on the box.
143.
On what box?
143. Yeah, maybe that's
Maybe,
right.
okay,
That's
maybe.
probably right.
Okay, yes, it's there.
So Leslie, if you click your box, it's not showing the camera icon.
Yeah, it's showing.
Box.
Mine is showing. Do you
It's
want us to
showing,
come
but
on?
it's
Yes, now that's what I said. No, don't worry, don't worry. Next on Thursday, we're coming on because it's our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, okay. Okay, please
Yeah.
excuse me. I need to attend to a call. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Yeah, we're rounding up now anyway. So that's the whole idea. Yeah, please. When we come on Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time, we talk about marriage issues, marriage topics, issues that are breaking up homes, making homes to separate, and all of that, or divorce. God doesn't, God did not create a marriage institution for us to divorce. But obviously, there's one or two things we're not doing right. And that's why God, has given me this assignment. I mean, like I always say, I don't say I have all the answers, but at least my own experience I'm here to share, and the things I've learned along the way. 26 years, if I'd gone to university for 26 years, I'm sure I would have graduated at some point. So we're here to talk on Thursday about marriage related topics. And please, it's our 1 year anniversary by the grace of God. I went back to see the first video that I posted regarding insight, and tears nearly came to my eyes, like, God, you have been my sustainer, because otherwise some days it will be like I'm too tired. But I remember you're on assignment, you can't be tired. I'm a soldier. Once a soldier, always a soldier. And that's how I always come here by the grace of God. So thank you, all of you. Thank you. I love and appreciate every single one, plus the new members. Susan, I see you. Divine, I see you. Thank you. Mila, I'm here. I'm sure the spirit will transport my talk to you as well. Debbie, thank you. A13, God bless you, my brother from another mother. Thank you, Susan, for joining in today. Leslie, God bless you. Thank you for those experiences you share, real life experiences. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful night. Happy March! Happy March! Happy April. I meant to say happy April. See, my mind is still in March. Today is the last day. Tomorrow
My lady, read your comments.
in 56 minutes it will be the month of April. Should I also join for the program because I lost my hobby last year? Oh, Queen Esther, you are welcome anytime. I'm sorry to hear that. May his soul rest in peace. Of course, Queen Esther, you are welcome. Please also prepare to open your camera. So if I bring us in the box, we have to open our camera. Let's see our faces. It's not anything. But saying that, honestly, whether you open or not, I'm glad to see all of us. So it's going to be an amazing time. I'm sorry, my lady. Thank you, Debbie, for that message. So thank you all. Oh, we took it to 50. Oh my god. People always know how to
Been
make
tapping and tapping and tapping.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We made it all. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate every single one. Have a lovely night rest. Be mindful the crowd we follow, because these things are not just talking it. Even me, I'm checking myself as I speak. And I hope to see us on Thursday by the grace of God, 8 p.m. UK time. Help spread the word. Share. We're not twerking here. This one is real life talk. We're talking. So that's why, the crowd, we don't really want the crowd, but we want people's life to be touched and changed for good by the grace of God. Do have a wonderful night rest. I'll see you on Thursday. Good night, everybody. Good night. Much love. The promise, the future. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Susan. Leslie, Debbie, Adasa on the background. Thank you. Divine. Thank you, 13. Mila, Adegenga, he dropped off. Big one, Hassan. I'm trying to remember those people. Woman of Purpose. Thank you all so much. No, you can drop yourself. So everybody, if you click on your box, you will see this X sign in front. At the top. To disconnect, you can always disconnect yourself. Yes, let me see if everybody.
Did you hear from Woman of Purpose?
Yeah, she was here. I don't know what she dropped off again, and I thought maybe she'll be back. Is she there? Okay.
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, she was here earlier when I started my talk. When I opened the box, she actually came into the box as well. Yeah, I'll speak with her later. Hopefully, she'll be here on Thursday. So you can click on your box and click disconnect. Let's see. We're learning.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Yay. Thank you. Much love. Oh, inside. I know, Mila. Let me drop him because I'm not sure whether. Thank you, Suzanne. Good night, everybody. Yes.